Good morning. How you doing today? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce here. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce coming to you live from Creston, British Columbia, Canada. Welcome one, welcome all to the show today. This is September the 2nd, 2021, and we're gearing up here for another fun day of exciting trading, merriment, and hopefully some profit taking. Hopefully, you folks can make some money today. Let's see what happens. You never know with these markets. Every day brings more developments. And what I try and do, if you're new to this channel, is I try to explain it to you in plain English. That's really all there is to it. I just try to help you figure out what the heck is going on out there. We like to follow a number of stocks that I've got an eye on and see if we can make some money. It's as simple as that. Welcome one, welcome all from around the world. If you are watching me, wherever you're watching me from, tell me what city are you in right now, and what's your high temperature going to be today? How warm are you? How cool are you? Is fall coming to your neighborhood? Is it still hot and miserable where you are? I'd love to know. Good morning, everybody from around the planet. I know that I am certain that by the time you folks tell me where you're watching me from, we will probably have 20 of the 24 time zones covered around the planet. The sun never sets on Stock Markets with Bruce. It's incredible. The sun never sets on the channel. It's unbelievable. And I thank you all for being here. Those of you who are members of this channel, a special welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here and being loyal followers of this channel. The backbone of this channel is made up of the members, and I thank you all who are members. And those of you who are renewing and recurring members, you guys are great. You're the backbone of the channel. Without you, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't. The channel would not have enough views. Thank you for those who have sponsored and are sponsor members or who have subscribed to the channel. Love you. And then those who are just watching to see what's this guy all about? Who's this Uncle Bruce guy? What's he talk about all the time? Welcome to the show. I'm from Creston, British Columbia, Canada. I am 65, going on 66 years old, the old man on YouTube, and I'm an ex-stockbroker. I used to be a stockbroker in 1979 until I stopped the business. I stopped being in the active business around 2000 or so. I was a stockbroker. I've been a desk trader. I've been a branch manager. I've been a VP and a co-owner of a brokerage firm in my day. I took a company public as president of a publicly traded company and ran that one for a few years. I've lived in the Cayman Islands and done offshore finance work as a broker and investment advisor there. I've worn a lot of hats. I've had retail stores that I've run and that I've created and run from time to time. And I've done a lot of consulting work for people, whether it's corporate finance or whether it's just one-on-one consulting. And now I'm a YouTuber with 2 YouTube channels, Traveling with Bruce, TWB, my first channel, and this one, Stock Markets with Bruce, talking about the markets. And between the 2 channels, I think I have 155,000 subscribers or 160,000 subscribers. Unbelievable how many people like to listen to the old guy talk. It's great. Love your comments. And if you have any questions about the market, I'll try to answer it. I can't guarantee I can give you an answer. A lot of people tease me because one of my standard answers is, I don't know, because I don't know it all, can't know it all. No one does know it all. But I'll do the best I can with what I've got. We'll try to help you out. Those of you who are looking to earn income and subsidize your, the wage you're making at work, or you're working from home and you're not making enough, to satisfy your needs, or you'd like to make more money, I have put classes together, lessons on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, the Canadian website that I have, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. You'll find 10 different lessons available there, lessons 1 to 10. You can watch them in any order you want. It doesn't matter. And I talk about how the markets work, how I pick my favorite stocks, and I talk about how you can trade stock options or write stock options against stock you're sitting on. There are so many of you out there. You have You have no idea how powerful your accounts are. You have no idea because for years and years and years, all you've done is what you've been told to do by investment advisors or relatives or friends, or you've been watching other YouTubers. You buy stock and you sit and wait for it to go up. And that's what you do. It doesn't have to be that way. You can become your own little mutual fund. You can become your own little hedge fund. You can become your own little ETF fund. You can become your own little money manager, and you can make money on stock you already own. And by doing option writing to bring income into your account, if it's as little as 1% a month of the value of your account, it might make all the difference between paying more bills, knocking off a car loan, or maybe one of you at home, yourself, or you or your spouse or somebody, perhaps can go from a full-time job to just a part-time job, and the portfolio makes up the difference. Maybe one of you can get out of work entirely, more time at home. Maybe the kids will get way more quality time that they deserve, that that you've given off to strangers. Uh, some of you are doing option writing because of my lessons and watching me here. You've now figured out neither of us have to work. We can both work from home. Both of us are working only part time now because we want to. And the account that we have, our portfolio, is making up more than the difference. Uh, you may find that by setting yourself up as a corporate entity, by setting up a corporate entity for your investments, you may have a massive tax advantage that you're not experiencing right now. As an employee, or you're getting taxed at source, and you have virtually no write-offs. With your home-based investment account, your own investment company, you have legitimate write-offs that you can take off the top line rather than after tax. These are deductions before income tax that can come off the top, that you're paying right now out of your pocket after tax. I'm talking about part of your rent or mortgage. I'm talking about part of your car expenses. I'm talking about all your internet expenses, perhaps your cell phone costs, your computer. You can do depreciated write-offs of equipment that you're using, specifically your computer, your telephone, any other assets you have in your home that you're using for work. You can claim a portion of your house as an office for your business. You can set up a mailbox for yourself, and that's a deduction. Insurance, home insurance, car insurance, part of that. Car maintenance, all deductible. Travel expenses could be deducted if you are going to attend a business seminar. In say in Miami, down the road, you're going to do an attendance of a seminar. You might be doing like a half a day thing, and you're spending 5 days down there. Well, the cost to get there, the cost to get home, meals, the cost of the seminar, rental car, whatever you do. Those are all write-offs. Those are legitimate expenses for an investment company to have to be a better investment company. You need to talk to a tax advisor to help you out. Can be done, and you may find that very quickly, a third of the money you're making in your account through option writing and dividend collection and so on is tax-free just from deductions. And these are expenses you're incurring now after tax. All of a sudden, these are expenses you're going to continue to incur pre-tax. And therefore, when you do finally, quote, pay yourself from your company, you will dictate how much you pay yourself based on your taxable income level. And you may find that income splitting is the way to go between yourself and your wife. You may find that income splitting between yourself and your children might be another avenue to keep the tax level down on a per person basis. Mom and dad and 2 children, you pay your kids just enough not to pay taxes. That's money you don't have to pay yourselves at the full rate. There's ways, and you need to get some tax consulting advice there. But you know what? A lot of my viewers have figured out in the last 6 months, hey, there's a whole world out here I didn't know about. That's how these guys are doing it in New York, in Palm Beach, Florida, West Palm Beach. That's why they have jets. They're not in their name. The jets are in their company name. They get limo rides in New York, but they don't pay for it. It's their corporations that pay for it, and they have a pre-tax deduction to do so. Hello. Yes, all kinds of ways to enhance your lifestyle legally on a pre-tax basis. Governments love corporations. I don't know if you folks have figured this out with as you grow up as adults. You may have noticed that corporations are loved by governments. Individuals, not so much. Individuals are targeted by governments for higher taxes. Corporations are wooed with tax breaks and tax incentives and generous write offs. You got to figure out which ones those are that would work for you and your corporation. Perhaps being an option writer and an investment person, having an investment company might be the way to go to change your life. No, thank you, all of you who are here, all of you males and females around the world. San Diego, 85 degrees, says Stephen. Jordan says hi to us. Deb is saying hi. J.K. Sack is saying hello, 93 degrees. Walter Bishop, thumbs ups for Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Sacramento is where we're from. Connecticut, 75. Hello, degree. Hello, everybody. Where are you and how warm is it going to be today? We got Cincinnati 78 from I feel I just like the stock. Unidentified Fred. London, England, maximum 18 Celsius today. John Biscuit is here. UK here. I'm not in a city as I dislike them. White Feather. St. Augustine, Florida, 89 today. Chris Adams, Kansas City, Missouri, 84. There's some good ribs there, I hear. Joanne, 71 in Boston. The beautiful city of Boston, Massachusetts, filled with wonderful, wonderful people. MBez, is chat always open now? It is for the moment, but it'll be members only as we get closer to the market. Chris Condi, backbone baby. That's right. The members are the backbone of this channel. Thank you all. RS 18 degrees, sunny and breezy. Amber, Omaha, Nebraska today. High 79, going to be gorgeous. The Doubting Philosopher, Brussels, Belgium, 22 degrees Celsius. Swinson, Terry, good morning. Mbez, Amsterdam, 18 degrees in Amsterdam. Omaha, Nebraska from Nate. A Hungry Grizzly, morning, Bruce. Westerly, morning, Brucey. Terry Gallant, I'll get my chat in before he closes it up, laughing out loud. John Biscuit, I like watching old men on YouTube. I'm tired of those 28-year-old women. Oh, John. Let's see the good stocks fly today, says Westerly number 3. Terry Gallant, lots of rain here. East coast of Canada. Thank you. Hurricane Ida. What's left of it? It is flooding New York, Boston, hitting Maine. Oh my gosh, it's rainy. Yay, public chat time, says Dilly. Durka, third channel soon, losing money with Uncle Bruce. Oh, that's a shot. Wally's World. Woof, woof, Uncle Bruce. Good morning, buddy. Dilly, hello from Seattle. Dude-ass face. Let's watch the S&P go up again today, please. Matt Sanders, hey, I heard y'all got rants here. Tim West bringing in some coins. Bruce, Dave, is this Jason Statham's brother? Sure likes him. No, I don't have a brother. Terry, better to say you don't know rather than give a BS answer. I kind of go with that. Yeah. John Biscuit, I sold all my 150 GameStop shares yesterday on Tuesday. 214, nice profit, but I can't see IME doing much now. It's dying duck, I think. Yeah, everybody has their opinion. ME to the moon. Sure thing, Mr. Biscuit. Bruce Pitt. Never really understood the thinking behind a genetics agency making megabucks, but that's just my opinion. Matt, biscuits sound good. Good evening, Uncle B. Thank you, guys. My goal is to get my account to a point where I can live quite nicely off a 10% dividend while also doing stable increase investing in some fun YOLO trades. You can't have too many biscuits, says John. John, the GameStop party hasn't even started yet, says Dr. Walter Bishop. Tim West, SoFi will sell the news with bank charter. That's true. Watch out. Maximus, Optionus, and 5+ houses. Matt, butter or jam? That is the question. Munster, says Jack. Matt, whatever. Cheryl, Matt, Sanders, both. Has anyone looked at Matt? I've never been able to get behind jam. Hail, everyone. Let's get some bargoons today. Hi, Amber. GameStop still has a lot more to go, but hey, we all have our sell price. See, that's how it is. Luke Kankis, Athletic Center. Good morning. Recently started day trading SPY options. Any tips and video suggestions? Video and lessons coming. The lessons are coming. PaySafe, former SPAC, is on its way to the promised land soon. Huge clients, record revenue, just throwing it out there. John, Dr. Walter, I agree. I could be very wrong. But I just don't see the enthusiasm for GameStop anymore. It's fundamentally a good stock, just not a $200 stock at this point in time. Everyone has their opinion, John, and yours is one of them. And it's all good. It's all fine. Whatever you think, folks, you got to make up your own minds on what you want to do. But we are following the GameStop story closely and see what we're going to do. Anyway, there you go. Let's go. There may be others that get attention and fanfare, but GameStop is the backbone of meme stocks. They love corporations more than people, the politicians do. I believe it. Uncle Bruce, tax CPA here. Your tax guy is a saint. You are a resident of Canada, traveling state to state in the U.S. Yowza, that won't be fun. Good morning, Uncle B. Good idea, Uncle Bruce. That's a great idea. Morning, all. Morning, Dr. Bishop. Long time no see. New Jersey, 75, says Connor. JC, hot in Bangkok, near the sun. Swinson Terry, hello from Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. Hey, how you doing? New York City, 69 today. Columbia, Maryland, 74. Too afraid to give up location. I know what can be done with information. A guy on a Buffalo, most platforms will hold your money because they restrict day trading. Unless you have a certain amount of money in the account, they all do it, but you should definitely drop our hood. Palant Bon, Winnipeg, 19 Celsius today. Charles Lee, 71 here in Alabama. Lexington, Kentucky, from the Saint, it's 75 degrees. Codius Interruptus, 175 degrees below zero, dark side of the moon. Cheddar Stacks, New York, the real New York, not the city. High of 67 expected. Warsaw, Poland, 66 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius. D-Dub, will ATIP ever live again? I think it will. Yukon, Canada, 10 degrees Celsius. Winter's coming fast up north. It is. It's coming. Let's see. Delahode, no one beside or above GameStop is a meme stock. Amber, no, not about day trading. It was what a mess up there. John, 14 Celsius in Quebec City. Hi, Uncle Bruce. How you doing? Nice to see you, Jean-Philippe. Terry, Montana. It's 81 in Montana today. Very happy for Bruce. This channel has grown so much since the beginning of the GameStop run. Corey, thank you, buddy. Nice to have you here. Amber, who else is from Omaha here? Richie, Dubai, 45 degrees in Dubai. We're closest to the sun compared to Earth, man. It's hot. Jordan Israel Patterson laughing out loud. Mr. 808 Digital, 22 Celsius in Kristianstad, Sweden. Fantastic. Guten Tag, good day, hello. Currently 57 in Chicago from George D, going up to 78, clear and sunny. One of the greatest cities in all the world, Chicago, Illinois. I got a bunch of viewers from Chicago. I've got to get over there and say hi. Apparently they have good food over there. So the story goes. New Jersey underwater. Oh, Jersey, hang in there, man. Love you, Bruce. Really appreciate all the info you've given for writing calls, says IPS. You got it, man. Rick, Nanu is still a good stock. An hour north of DC will be 76 and sunny today. Ida came through here yesterday and took the summer humidity with it. That's interesting. Isaiah, Christchurch, New Zealand, 8 Celsius. It's winter in New Zealand. Isaiah, thank you for popping by. Nice to have you here. I'm watching videos from the Winds, Gone with the Winds. They have a YouTube channel. They have a catamaran that they're sailing around the world, and right now they're in New Zealand getting repairs done. Their boat got beat up pretty good, and watching with great fascination their videos. I've always loved their channel. The Winds, WINNS. Gone with the Winds. I think it's a great title for their channel, and they're spending a lot of money to get their boat built back up again, seaworthy, because they got a long way to go yet. They're from Houston. Anyway, take good care of them in New Zealand, please. I'm sure you will. Jay Erico, Uncle Bruce, just sending some love before you close the chat down to members only. Have a good show. Thank you, J.A. Nice to have you here. Amber, SoFi will provide funds immediately for trading. E-Trade, which I use, will hold funds when I deposit them for about 24 hours. Interesting how different firms work. Bill Roberts, I need MTTR to jump before my $15 calls expire. You're not the only one. Mintz, I laugh a lot. That guy is going to regret that decision. Jay Erico, Jen's Brad Pitt lookalike husband, Bruce. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big bad Benz. Frankfurt is calling at 21 Celsius, Bruce. What are your thoughts on the quarterly TRS swaps that back the hedge funds puts on GameStop and other meme stocks? I have no thoughts, none whatsoever. Hi, Uncle Bruce, Stockton, California, with love. Thank you, Dario. Jason Battle. All this biscuits talk is making me hungry for some biscuits and gravy. Darian Hatcher, 4 Celsius, 39 Fahrenheit in Spokane, Washington. 2 hours, 20 minutes from this house is Spokane, Washington. We can't even get there from here. It's so close, we can't cross the border. 112 in Death Valley today, Jeffrey said. John Show, LMP. Bruce, when you coming to Orlando? As soon as I know, you'll know. Matt Sanders is smiling. Matt, hungry for Bargoons. DH hitting. Options are like, everyone has them and they don't smell nice. Well, maybe it sounds like BH is maybe not doing too well with options. What are your thoughts? You think? Sparky, I own a small position in MMAT and I like their patents. Congratulations. David, is Bruce voting Liberals this election? Oh my gosh. Our national election is half over. We're in the middle of a national federal election in Canada. You can tell in the US by all the ads you're seeing on your television and all the radio ads you're getting and all the internet ads you're getting. You're getting all the ads from the Liberal Party, the Conservative Party of Canada, the NDP, the Bloc Québécois, all the political what's that? You're not getting any political ads in the United States from Canada? Well, wait a minute. Now, hold it a second. No, wait a minute. We get your political ads when we're watching television in Canada. When you have your election, we get it nonstop. What do you mean you don't get any ads from Canada about our national election that's happening right now? We're like 18 days into a 36-day campaign. Our whole election is 36 days. If it might be 31. I'm not even sure. It's coming up pretty quick. You didn't know that in the US? We have a national election going on right now in Canada. And if you want to watch political coverage, you go to CBC or CTV television in Canada, and they have their talking heads on there. And when the election's over, they'll have the same talking heads talking about politics like they always talk about. It's the same people always talking about the same stuff. I can tell you what we think. I would say 9 out of 10 Canadians, I would say safely, 9 out of 10 Canadians, we couldn't give a crap about the federal election right now. We don't care. We have it's not going to change our lives in any way, shape, or form. We're just kind of going, whatever. These jokers they get in there and they go their own direction. Makes no difference. They're not beholden to us. We just try to survive the crazy politics of the world today as best we can and try to get along with people. That's the Canadian attitude. We're more interested. I can tell you, day before yesterday, this country for about 2 hours stopped cold. For probably half this country just stopped dead. Just stopped. We're all watching television 2 nights ago. And why? Because the Canadian women hockey team against the American women hockey team were playing for the gold medal for the World Hockey Championships, which they always do every year because they're the 2 best teams there are, and all the other teams just don't matter. And the game was played in Calgary, Alberta, with maybe 100 people in the stands, like nobody in the stands. And with masks and all the restrictions, nobody was there. But the television audience was there. And Canada won the game in overtime, breaking the American gals' hearts. That's what Canadians care about. That's what we were watching the other night. That was it. And it's over now. And we've just kind of go, okay, let's go back to our lives. And we're not running up and down the streets with Canadian flags going, we're just, okay, we won the game. Great. It's just a game. It's just another game. We'll meet them in 7 months in Beijing for the Winter Olympics. The Canadians and the Americans will be playing for gold because the likelihood is during the Olympic tournament, these 2 teams will run up their scores and they will be the 2 best teams playing for the gold medal against each other. And the American gals are going to see you in 7 months. We'll just resume this rivalry, and then we'll see you next year for the next World Championships, Canada against the U.S. every year in the women's side. That's what we care about. That was it. The election is just, it's, oh yeah. You talk to people on the street and go, you watching the election? And they go, oh yeah, that's right. It's on, isn't it? it's just, it's a nothing burger up here. Just a nothing burger. We are shocked, appalled, amazed, bewildered, confused, and blown away about the American political system, that it is always in an election. Like, it just never stops. It's always in a cycle. We just can't believe it. We cannot believe how many billions of dollars are wasted on these campaigns every 24 months instead of just getting stuff done. It's just can't you just get stuff done? We are blown away by it. We complain about our government. Believe me, we can. That's how we. I've just told you how we cope. We ignore it. We have other much more important things to worry about than our government. Much more. Anyway, there you go. There it is. Okay. Thank you, everybody. 77 degrees in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Hey, Shaky Fry, what nice to have you here. Say hi to me, folks. Where are you watching me from? Where are you? Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, 76 degrees. Hi from Newcastle, says Aaron. We're at 17 degrees Celsius. Cloudy, as usual, but it doesn't matter because I'm famous here. You probably are, Aaron. You're probably famous because you follow me. And you're probably taking clips of you and our interaction, and you're posting it everywhere, and you're getting recognized on the street as that guy that talks to that other guy about the market. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, it's awesome, man. Fame is something, isn't it? Hopi-Wan Kenobi. Farmington, is that New Mexico? 81. Welcome. Reykjavik, Iceland, 14 Celsius. How about that? Woohoo! A cool 62 in Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, Rich. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Hey, Fedeville. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everything is so green in the pre-market today. 214 on GameStop, up $1.50. We have an 86 point gain on the Dow, 10.9 on S&P, 45 point gain on NASDAQ. Oil up 64 cents. Let's see what's going on. I use VPN. Okay, a cool 62 in Cleveland. I guess I'm late. Pittsburgh, PA, 73 today, says DQ. Jen loves Pittsburgh so much. Places, look where everyone's from. Morning all from wherever that is in Romania. 18 Celsius. Thank you for being here today. P-Dub is buying GameStop on margin. A good idea? No. ME, Omaha, Springfield, and E to be exact. Okay. You seem calm today, Bruce. I like this. However, I wonder if I can draw out some more sassiness today. If anything, you seem too calm. Much too calm. We'll see what happens. Don't get me started. Now they are claiming a security thing because I messed up and I did a deposit wrong account. Oh, Amber, you're having way too much fun over there. I hope that brokerage thing gets worked out for you. It's wild, it's wacky, it's crazy, it's insanity. It's the world in which we live. If you only had a human being you could talk to, like a stockbroker, would it be nice? It would be. Grind time, 81 in Austin, Texas. Welcome. I did use margin to sell GameStop puts. There's nothing wrong with having a margin account to sell puts and other things like that. Yes, but to buy stock on margin like GameStop, no, I wouldn't recommend it. The only time I recommend you buy stock on margin with, say, for GameStop, is say you have 180 shares or you have 80 shares. You buy 20 shares on margin to get you to 100, allowing you now to write a contract against the stock, like a call contract. Yes, then I say absolutely. Borrow the broker's money, buy your 20 shares, top up to 100 shares, write a contract, say for 3 weeks from now, $15 a share. You'll bring in $1,500 in cash. And that pays for 7 of those shares right there. Just, 7.5 of them are right there covered now. And the other 13 you bought, you still owe. The option expires worthless, or you buy it back for $5 or $3. You write another $15 contract. After 3 or 4 option rollover rights, you have no debit balance anymore in your account. You own all 100 shares. They're all bought and paid for. Uh, Going forward, you keep writing an option, and eventually you'll have enough money to buy another 30, 40 shares. You'll get to 130, 140 shares. You may at that point in time borrow money from your broker to buy 60 shares more to get to 200. And now you're going to write 2 contracts at a time. So sure, you're borrowing at 60 shares at $214 a share. You're paying $13,000 to buy the stock on margin, but you're now writing 2 contracts at a time with $15 premiums. That's $3,000 per write coming against that $12,000 debit. So if 2 of the 3,000 is net profit, every 2-3 weeks you bring in the $2,000. It won't take long to pay off the $12,000 debit balance, and now you own 200 shares outright. A couple more weeks go by, and you'll have another 3-4 grand towards stock. You might be at 225 shares. You borrow enough money to buy 75 more, 300 shares, 3 contracts at a time, and away we go. Here we go. This is how you manage it without being over leveraged and being overexposed to too much margin. This is smart, steady, practical, conservative investing strategies where you can build up a portfolio, build it, and enhance your revenue. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You betcha. Thank you, everybody. Nice to have you here today. Hope you're having a good day today. Juan, Reykjavik's 14. I got 2 people in Reykjavik, apparently. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but it seems like I do. Rick, 63 in St. Louis. Oh, man, you got to love this. Michael, hey, Uncle Bruce, I love watching your show. Thanks for all the knowledge. Thank you for that. Nice to have you here. Marcelo, Fresno, California, 80 degrees today. Sure beats 110, doesn't it? Sure beats 110. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, here we go. You know what? Diluted Dante needs Robinhood to get to 46.50 so he can bail out. He can bail out. I don't know what he's done. What did you do? You're at 44.57 right now, as of last night's close. I don't know how you doing on the hood. I wonder, is the hood going to take care of you today or not? I don't know. 63 in St. Louis. I need MTR Matterport to stay calm for just 2 more weeks, so my covered calls don't get assigned. See, I haven't had those kinds of complaints lately. I've always had the other complaints. The stock isn't high enough. Well, let's hope for the best. Let's hope for a happy equilibrium for all. SoFi, 14.64, up 7 cents in the pre-market. Welcome one, welcome all. 27 minutes away from the opening today, and I'm glad you're here. Nice to have you join us from around the world, men and women. It's nice to have you here. Good morning from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba. Portage La Prairie. Welcome, Chase. Rosita Parker. Nice to have you here. That said, opinions, not options, Uncle Bruce. Oh, okay. What is MMAT? I don't know. Opinions, both yeah, my options are looking like that for the most part as well. Oh, okay. Since someone mentioned swaps earlier, a month ago, can you explain what those are and what they can be? Even watching The Big Short, I don't quite understand the credit or other swap concept. Swaps are just a way to bet on something off a market. So you're going to a ball game with a friend of yours, and you're watching the ball game, and it's the bottom of the 7th inning, and the hitter gets up, and if he gets one more hit, it'll be his 1,000th of his career. And your buddy looks to you and says, "I'll bet you $50 that guy will not get a hit at this at bat," and you take that bet. Well, that's a swap. That's an off the record, off the market bet. That's a swap. Another guy listens in from behind you and says, "I'll give you 10-1 odds that he won't hit a home run. He'll do everything but hit a home run at this at bat. But if he does, I'll give you $500. But if he doesn't, you owe me 50." That's another form of a swap. And now we've got this action going, and then we have people betting on the home run guy. They're betting between each other about whether that guy's to pay out or not, and on it just goes on and on and on. Credit swaps and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, that's just a very basic explanation. That's not a detailed explanation. I don't have time to give you a detailed explanation on that one. Don't forget the PPC, Bruce. Oh, another political party. Okay, whatever. Dr. Walter Bishop. Absolutely. I won't get aboard until at least next year. And I used to go away at least twice a year before this. Which part of the UK have you been visiting? People are talking to each other on the show. I love it. I'm so glad that you're here and you're talking to each other, and it's all good. Chew Dog says, or is asking, hey, I wrote a call option with Fidelity. At the end of the day, the option was canceled. What did I do wrong? It was to expire on September 17, not yesterday. Chew Dog, I couldn't tell you. This is a question that's not for me. You're going to have to check with your broker. What can I say? Bruce, tell us something in Spanish for your Hispanic supporters. Pass the salt, por favor. How you doing? Nice to see you. God bless Uncle Bruce, says BH. ¿Qué pasa? I don't know. Reykjavik, Iceland, 14 Celsius, says Juan. Fenville, your order didn't get filled, so at the end of the day, it would have been canceled. That's probably it. Fenville might have it right there for you. They're all snakes, says Jesse. They're all snakes. Uncle Bruce, you need to get a sponsorship from a national bagel chain in the U.S. for your tour. Let's capitalize on your and Auntie Jen's travel. So if you're going to travel across the U.S. and do meet and greets with us across America, you should be sponsored. Oh, I'm thinking I should be sponsored by Hilton Hotels so that, I have a hotel in every city I go to, or an Embassy Suites or whatever. We should be sponsored by a car company so that we have wheels whenever we get to town to get around with. We should be sponsored by an airline, preferably NetJets, like a private jet operator. I think that would be better than like American Airlines, but I'll take either. If it's American Airlines, it's first class. If it's NetJets, it's okay. NetJet. We should be sponsored by a bagel company. We should be sponsored by Coca-Cola because, after all, how much Coca-Cola do I promote on this show? Yeah, I'm thinking, 5 or 6 or 7 brands, And then when we come to your hometown and we come to a location, we'll have T-shirts available, Uncle Bruce type T-shirts with all kinds of brand logos everywhere. That'd be kind of cool. Hey, I got to show you something. Jason, you just reminded me to show something off. We have a brand new item available on our Redbubble page. Our Redbubble page where you can get branded merchandise like this thing or the coffee mugs and all. Check this one out. Look, check this out. Brand new. Yeah, as of yesterday, we started producing them. Here we go. You can now order these. How about this? You can now order yourself a hat. You can get yourself a cap. It's kind of exciting. They're adjustables. They have a kind of a metal clip in the back. It's not for everybody. I know some people don't like this style of hat, and they want the Pro Fit, and they want Flex Fit, and they want this and that. Because some folks are very picky about their hats. Many are not. But we have these different logos now. We have white hats, black hats, gray, and blue, apparently. It just came out. Redbubble has just started. I mean, barely just started offering hats. There's my TWB logo hat right there. That looks pretty cool, I think. And here's another one, Traveling with Bruce in a black version, Traveling with Bruce in the white version. I'm stoked. Traveling with Bruce. So we got, that's apparently that's blue, by the way. Does that look blue to you? This is blue. This here is blue. I don't know about that, but that's apparently blue. But yeah, they've got the white and the kind of a gray color and black. Different logos. We're going to be working on logos for this channel quite a bit. As you know, we have been rather busy lately with our move, and so I have not had time to talk to people about logo production and so on. But we're going to look at producing some new logos for the channel. We're looking at putting this logo on the hat. The problem is that this logo comes out so tiny. It's like the size of a quarter. We have to resize it and all that. And I'm not sure if I want to use this exactly. I'm thinking of stock markets with Bruce type logo. We're working on it. But there are a few hats available now on Redbubble. If you have an interest in getting a ball cap for either of my channels, check them out. There's probably 40 logos now. Most are traveling with Bruce, obviously, but yeah, cheers to all of you. Nice to have you here. I'm not sure if we can get this one on the hat. Maybe we get this one on the hat too. We'll see how it works out. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Jason, because of that question of yours, the sponsorship question, you triggered the thought on this hat, and I thank you. Dr. Walter, Aaron, a few days in Wales and Norfolk with various family. How about you? Going, you've been away? People talking about traveling here. Let's see, what else is going here? Let's go. Before the market opens, can we get another story? Like the broker that got wiped out while on a Dumpa? I mentioned a story last night about trading on the stock exchange floor, on the old stock exchange, the old Alberta Stock Exchange floor. And we have a million of them. A number of stories I can't repeat on this channel. It would be, in my opinion, it would be not family friendly, not PG rated. And so I can't discuss them here. Maybe if we do a meet and greet, we might do it there. But even then, I'm not so sure, because I have a suspicion in some cases folks will bring their kids, and I don't want to dissuade that. So certain stories have to be left unsaid and left to the imagination. But nonetheless, who knows? We'll see if I can come up with some more stories for you. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all for being here and hanging out, joining us. It's nice to have you popping by. We've got the markets right now up a little bit here. We have 19 minutes to go before we open trading, and we're up 118 points on the Dow. We're up 14 on S&P, and we're up 50 on the NASDAQ, according to the pre-market. Thank you. Crude up 79 cents. So there you go. What can I say? There you go. Hey, Bruce, I'm listening while I'm on the road. I'm heading east towards the Kootenays. I'm beyond hope now. Right on. Beyond hope, BC. Right on. Let's see. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. Let's go here. Nice to have you popping by, everybody. Hope you're having a good week, and hope you're enjoying yourselves out there. Hope you're staying healthy and keeping well. Chase, Rosita rolled over my GameStop calls from 165 to 240 yesterday. Excellent job. Beautifully done. Nice going, you guys. I'm happy about that. Hello from Missouri. Hello from Belgium. Man, this is awesome stuff. And let's see. Chesapeake, 70 degrees. Oh, nice. Scotland, 15 Celsius, not raining, so that's okay. That's good stuff. Digital Man, I just popping in to say hi. Tell everyone to stay strong in the investment world. Thank you, Digital Man. It's truly a roller coaster ride. True dat. Yeah, true dat. Fellow New Mexican, says Ann. And Uncle Bruce, woke James Bond movie will be what? HOR, you think it'll be bad? Hello from Houston, says Mark Gibson. How you doing? And here we got Kiruna. Is it Kiruna, Sweden? 5 Celsius right now. Winter is coming. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you so much, Marby 089, for being here. Nice to have you here. All righty. Let's see. SPRT up 7%. Love these roller coaster stocks. That is what they do. Let's just see if I can keep up with you guys. So how are we doing here? 16 minutes to go, and then we're getting ready to go. Here we go. Uncle Bruce, there's a business tax seminar in Hawaii. What a tax write-off. Exactly. Yes, indeed. Very good. Rick H. Bruce, I've been a follower since you've been on the air. You're a brother from another mother. How about that? Good stuff. Thank you for all your work. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It's nice to have you here, and I appreciate the kind words. It's nice to have you join us today. If you get a chance, check out the website and stockmarkerswithbruce.ca, our Canadian-based website. Check out our lessons and learn how to write options and learn how to do option spreads. learn aggressive option strategies, the psychology of the markets. These lessons are 2 hours long. There's a lot in there. You can watch one at a time. You can watch, do a binge watching thing if you want. But a lot of you are kind of picking up a lesson a week. You're like watching lesson 2, lesson 6, lesson 5, lesson 1, lesson, and 2 hours once a week you're putting in, and you're learning. You can rewatch the lessons as often as you want. Once you've acquired them, they're yours to enjoy again and again. And I hope you can do well by it. I think it's a good investment to consider making in your account for your portfolio. Thank you all. More lessons coming, by the way. We have more under construction, so just stand by. Bagel time. Yeah, we're 15 minutes from the opening. Let's see what's going to happen. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. Bagels with Uncle Bruce in space. Laughing out loud. Jesse, Jose, thanks, buddy. Thank you for that. Let's see. David says, I wrote a covered call on GameStop last week. September the 3rd expiry, tomorrow, $195 for $550. I don't want to get exercise, so I bought it back for $22.50, lost $17 on it, but I rewrote a new one. September 10, next week, $215 for about $22.50. And I got all my money out of there. Now you've raised your exercise price by $20. You have 1 week for the expiry. And don't forget, Monday is Labor Day. We're closed. So in reality, you've written a contract that only has 4 days of life next week, not 5. So it's going to depreciate faster because Labor Day is untradeable. So good move. Now we'll have to see how it works out for you. We'll keep an eye on that. If the shares want to go higher between now and next week, don't worry about it. You'll buy back your call. Let's say the shares are $220 next week. You'll buy the calls back for $10, $12, less than you paid for them, and roll over into 220s for the week after. And that'll get you $12, $15, and just keep lifting the price of the stock. The contract, as soon as the shares back off, if they back off $10, $15, and they can, they were yesterday as high as $231. They were as low as $208. They closed at $212. So, $18, $19 drop from the high of the day. You get an $18 drop on your stock. These right here, these 215s, if the shares here go from where they are now, 215 to 205 or 198, these 215s will drop from $22.50 to like $8 or $10. You could buy them back, wait, cross your hands, cross your arms. Stock comes back up to 205, 210, write them again. Stock backs off $10, $15, buy them back. Stock goes up, write them again. I mean, you're in control here. You're in charge. Nice job. I like it. To the moon with Uncle Bruce. Thank you, everybody. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Larry, how you doing today? Welcome all, and welcome to Larry from Washington area. Nice to have you here. Well, folks, thank you for coming through here. We have 12 minutes before we open up, and I'm going to shift the chat now over to members only. Thank you, all of you who are here this morning, and those of you who are subscribers. Please consider becoming a member. We'd love to have you here as a participating member in our live chat during the market hours, and we'll try to address any comments you have, questions, and what have you. But thank you all for being here today so far already. It's nice to have you here. And if you're just a casual observer, please consider becoming a subscriber of the channel. Love to have you become a subscriber. Hopefully we'll get you as a member. We have more surprises in store for members. I've had a couple of people ask me, do you think it would be possible to have a member-only show, like maybe a live show for members only on a weeknight? Could that be done? And I'm looking into it. I'm investigating some possibilities, sort of an after-hours get-together where it's just members only, and it's a casual, sort of a casual atmosphere. Haven't quite figured it out yet. We're going to be on the road shortly. Jennifer and I, we're going to be nomads, and we're going to try to put together the best presentation we can for you. We obviously are going to be somewhat dependent on the kind of Wi-Fi connection we have wherever we end up. Well, we think we can have solutions for that. We'll kind of work through it, but stick around. If you're becoming a member, there are benefits coming your way, and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, thank you all for being here. 221 thumbs ups right now already. Thank you, everybody, for that. We're 10 minutes away from opening. Fantastic. We're getting ready to roll, and it's nice to have you here. Let's see. Nick, thank you for this donation. Appreciate it. Good morning, Opie. I have 2,500 shares of a stock that you don't cover. Average of 250. Stock's at $9. Thoughts on writing way out of the money calls as an ongoing income? Well, look, if you got a 250 cost, you can write a $10 call for maximum revenue. You could write a 750. I mean, an in-the-money call further out for a big premium on top of the book value, and dare them to take it from you. You want them to take it from you. Yeah, actually, if you can get, I don't know what kind of premium you can get, but let's say you could get, say, $750 a share, writing a 750 contract. It's in the money. That's 3 months out. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 4 months out. Maybe it's 6 months out. Maybe it's not attainable. I don't know. But let's say you could. Let's say you could write a 3-4 month contract, get 750 cash for a 750 contract. You're purposely writing it in the money. Why? You want to get exercised. Why? Because if you did, you'd get 750 plus you got 750. You're selling at $15. You have 750 cash now. You only put 250 cash into this deal. Now you're tripling the cash back in your hand now, up front. And if the shares go to $20, you'll be taken out. They stay here, you could be taken out, of course. They go $11, $12, you could be taken out next week. You'd be happy with that, because if you get taken out when the stock's at $11, you get taken out at $7.50, and really you're being taken out at $15 because you got $7.50 up front. You could turn around and buy the stock back for $11, write $10 contracts again for a few months out, big fat premium, and dare them to do it to you again. You can play that game, Nick. You have nothing to lose. You're at $200.50 cost. You can play this game. That's why these lessons are so important. There's stuff to learn here. Very interesting. Thank you for the donation. There's interesting opportunities here. Great idea, Bruce says here. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, Darwin, I don't know. Darwin, you got it's an interesting question. I don't know what the company is, so I can't help you there. I like hats, Uncle Bruce. I like the hats. Like I say, folks, you can order them now on Redbubble. Hope you like them. I'm sure more varieties will come out going down the road. But yeah, nice, eh? Very nice. Thank you all for being here. We're 6-7 minutes away from opening up, getting ready to open. GameStop is at 214.56, up $1.59 right now. So the Dow's up 104, S&P up 11.9, NASDAQ up 43. So we've got a gain going here. We're waiting for weekly jobs info and all this kind of stuff. There's lots coming. Hey, Nicholas, thank you. Thank you, Nicholas, for the donation on PayPal. Just popped in here. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. Let's see here. SoFi, how's it doing in the morning right now? Let's take a look. SoFi, 1464, up 7 cents. 117,000 volumes so far. Our friends at Apple, they had a good week already, and then they backed off a bit the other day. We're up $1.21 today, 153.72 on Apple. You can, if you want to buy long-term call options, I highly recommend you look into it. It's worth your while. If you want to buy an in-the-money Apple call, say you're going to spend $35, $40 for an in-the-money call with not too much premium. In other words, you want to go out of ways and get it in the money. if that's doable. I don't even know because I'm not looking at the chain. To spend $50, $60, buy a contract, you now are a holder of 100 shares or an option for 100 shares of Apple. That's say 110 bucks a share, 120 bucks a share. You now can write a poor man covered call, a series of these. And so start writing 1 and 2 and 3 week long, 1 or 2 or 3 week long contracts just out of the money, maybe 158s, 159s, 160s, bringing in premium against your call contract. So if you're spending $6,000 to buy an in the money call option for Apple, and now you're bringing in 150 bucks a week in revenue against that call by writing in the money, out of the money call options. Do that for 10 weeks. There's $1,500 of capital coming in on a $6,000 investment in Apple. The shares slowly drift higher and higher and higher. They go up $6 in the next month or two, or $12 in 4 months. Your original call is almost $12 richer, $1,200 more valuable. You made $1,500 in writing calls. You've made $2,700 on a $6,000 original investment in 4 months. It's a nice return on your money, wouldn't you say? You can do that forever because you just sell the call as it gets near expiry, buy another in the money call 6 months out, 8 months out, write covered calls. Poor man covered call strategies. We have a lesson on that. Check it out. Let's see. ATIP. What's happening there? 435. No volume at this point to speak about. Okay. Support.com is at $25.99. It was as high as $28 earlier today. It's back to 26 bucks and falling. 1.7 million volume, not enough to hold it. It might back off some more. Fenneville, you might be making some money today. You got some puts out there, and I think you're going to do okay. Matterport closed at 1601 last night. We're at 1596 right now. We've just been in the 1620 ballpark. I think we're about to pop even higher on Matterport. I love how this is setting up and looking. It's looking very good. I love it. Thank you. $1.28 gain right now on GameStop to $214.25 with 3 minutes to go before we open for the day. And folks, I want to wish you the best of luck today. Make lots of money. Thank you, all of you, for your kind words and your encouragement of this channel. I appreciate it so much. Jen and I, we love you. We're up 99 cents on Goldman Sachs this morning. We got Spire sitting at $9.83. Not much going on there. AMC, last I saw, $44, up 31 cents. They got a negative, like a downgrade yesterday from an analyst, talking about movie attendance might not be as good as thought during the summer. I think the variants are kicking in on this one, so maybe that's what it is. But didn't seem to affect it. It affected the stock yesterday. I admit that. Yes, it did. We did trade 82 million, and the shares were down yesterday. Absolutely, they did back off. But yeah, after a 344 drop to 43.69, we're back to 44. Is it a one-day thing and we're coming back on again? Could be. It's a very strong, supportive community there for AMC. Matterport, as I said, 1596. And 23andMe, the last I'm seeing here, hang on 1 minute. Last I'm seeing here on 23andMe, 880, up 6 cents. Very good. All right. There you go, kids. Let's see what happens today, guys. Let's see what happens today. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here and hanging around. This is great. And Eastern Virginia is gorgeous. Lucky dog. I love you, Uncle Bruce. You become a part of my daily routine. I usually start working when the bagel comes out. All right on, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for the super chat earlier and this donation on PayPal. These PayPal donations, for those of you who don't know, they're huge. Jennifer and I receive about 96% of any PayPal donation you make. A donation you make on Super Chat, we get 70% from YouTube. We only get 70%. They take 30%. They handle it. They collect it. They take a cut. We get a cut. But on PayPal, we get all of it except for PayPal's handling of the dough, 96% comes in. So if you're sending us a $10 donation, we either get $7 or $9.60. Which one do you think we like? We love the PayPal, and we thank you. It's all great. We love you. Uncle Bruce, which class is your most basic class for option beginners, like how to structure your trades? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'd have to look at the titles, but just the titles themselves will tell you. You might want to start right at lesson 1 and 2 and 3 and just kind of work your way in. You've got to make an investment in yourself, and that might be the best idea, is just start there. I know that there is a class labeled, how to write options and how to trade options. You may want to start there. My face username. Hey, I'm giggle when I see it, even when I'm moderate. I don't know what that means. Nick, I can't get through my early afternoon with a bit of Bruce. It feels strange when I'm out. I can't listen now. And Tori, you're generally a nice person, Bruce. Here comes the but. You continue to be successful at this because people need love in their lives. There is too much controversy in the world. This is a great morning show. Well, thank you, Tori. There's no but. Thank you. Usually these kinds of messages, Tori, I as you can tell, I don't pre-read a lot of these. A lot of these messages are kind of like, you're a really nice guy, but you're an idiot. Or you have a face for radio and you really should be on radio. Or could you just wear a bag over your head because really, Bruce, I mean, come on. Who are you kidding? I mean, who really? I mean, really, that's your whole plan, Bruce? Really? Let's see how the markets are doing. Enough of this fun time. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Amber agrees with you. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. Oh man, I love the hat. Hope you guys enjoy those hats. If you get one, if you do order one and you get them, let me know what you think of these hats. I hope you like them. Tell me what you think. I want to know what's going on. Baking, Bruce, you are totally hot. Oh man, Michael has got it exactly the way I think. Bruce, I believe you, but I don't trust you. Mike, I trust you, but I don't believe you. There you go, buddy. But you're just too short, Bruce. You're just too short. I love it. I love it. What do we got going on here? What's going on with this market? We're up 117, I think, on the Dow. Is that true? We're up 137 on the Dow. Good start. We're up 17 on S&P. We're up 63 on NASDAQ. $1 gain on oil. Okay, we got to start. I see support.com at 25.46. That's only up $1.35 to start the morning. That might not be a very good indicator here for the day. As far as it going up, 25.45 right now, up $1.35, only on 2.3 million. We'll watch that, of course, closely because we know someone here who has some puts, and I'm rooting for her that this stock takes a dump, and you do well. Robinhood up 73 cents to 45.30. We've got SoFi here at 14.54, down 3 cents on the early indication, now down 2 cents. GameStop down 220 to 210.77, it would seem, on 89,990 shares. It touched a low of 210, now trading at 212. We're going to figure this out here shortly. In a few minutes, we'll really know where GameStop is going, but back to 212.67, down only 30 cents. SoFi up a penny now, 14.58, so we can see the adjustments going on here. ATIP 434 unchanged, so might not even be trading yet. AMC, I have no change on AMC. Matterport, I'm showing a dip of 14 cents to 15.87. 23andMe, I'm showing a 2 cent pop at 8.76. Smart Rent up 2 cents to 12.25. Rocket Lab up a penny, 10.15. Spire up 2 cents to 9.93. Sextera up 4 cents to 8.95. These are the early first minute or two indications. We're going to need a few more minutes to really figure this all out. Other than that, though, Vanek Vectors shows a gain of 36 cents. Home Depot up $1.73. IBM, heartbreaker that it is, up 53 cents. Kendall is the name of the subsidiary company they're creating that is going to be a spinoff. We just do not know under what terms and conditions the spinoff will be. Shareholders of IBM will end up with a share, I think, of Kendall sooner or later. They may still be a shareholder of IBM, one IBM, But it could be that they end up with 3 IBM in one Kendall, or 2 IBM in one Kendall, or 3 IBM and 2 Kendall. Kendall. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. Sometime this fall, we were told, you'll know. Well, okay. Well, you let us know when you know, folks. 112-point gain now on the Dow. Microsoft holding a 42-cent gain. Make that 56 cents for Microsoft. Apple up $1.99 to 154.50. Tesla down $1.33. Bed Bath & Beyond down 28 cents. BlackBerry is down 7. Royal Caribbean up only 20 cents to start the morning. Now it's down 3. It just shifted. Royal Caribbean down 3 cents at the moment. Norwegian up 3. Carnival up a dime. Amazon up 19. Facebook down 2.80. Alphabet down 6.80 a share. Over at Goldman Sachs, up $1.11. Thank you very much. Soon to be a $700 stock near you. All right. Welcome one, welcome all. Support.com now is sporting a $3 gain at 27.22. Might be its last gas, but might be a little run here. Hard to say. It will fluctuate wildly, and it has been. Robinhood holding an 81-cent gain. SoFi now is showing a 2-cent loss at 14.50. Oh, 56, only a 1-cent loss. 14.56, down a penny. GameStop showing now a 278 dip at the moment, at 210. What is that? 49. We might only be down 248 on GameStop. Volume now after 6 minutes, 130,000. Very quiet. Very quiet on GameStop. ATIP 430 down 4. AMC down 17 cents to 43.52. Matterport off 11 at 15.90. 23andMe up 4 cents to 8.78. Smart Rent up 3 to 12.26. Rocket Lab down 2. Spire down 5. Sextera up 4. IBM up a dime. That's all. So there's it. There's our opening to kind of get things started. Let's see what we can do. I want one of those. I want one of the aprons. I want one of those aprons. We have aprons. Yeah, we do. Fenneville, Uncle Bruce, I donate all the times, all from PayPal funding. So could you prefer to send via PayPal or Super Chat? My handler from PayPal is different though. I prefer PayPal donations because of the percentage payout. It's 26% more. It makes no difference to your cost. You're sending me $1. It's $1. But I get 96 cents or 70 cents. Obviously, 96 cents goes a lot further than 70. But hey, for some of you, you don't have PayPal, you don't like using PayPal, you can't use PayPal. It's all okay. It's all fine. Super chats are fine. The other issue we have with PayPal, well, not PayPal, but with YouTube is if you make a donation to me on YouTube, let's say right now, I won't receive that money until the 21st of October. So you make a donation on September the 2nd, it goes to YouTube, and then they tell me right away, like tell me right here, you just got $10 or $20. They tell me at the end of the day and tomorrow, they tell me you have money pending all month long. I'm given a running total, how much money you've earned on advertising and memberships and donations, all that stuff. And at the end of September, there'll be a total. And on the 21st of October, they pay it. So on the 21st of September, in 19 days, I will receive all of August's earnings. And on August the 21st, which was a couple of weeks ago, we received July's earnings. So we're always a month behind, but right now we are 7 weeks away from receiving any donation that you make to us. But it's always good to know it's coming. Like, they always pay it. It's always good. But the PayPal donations are instantaneous. I could literally transfer funds from my PayPal account 5 minutes after you make a donation to my bank account if I wanted to, electronically. And I could, this afternoon, go to my bank machine and take money out if I wanted to, or spend it on my debit card or whatever. It's instantaneously available. So Jen and I love the PayPals because those are money in hand. But we love the YouTube because it's money that's coming. It's kind of like, oh, well, we know that's coming too. So, okay, we can budget. But it's always great to have instant capital. And 96 cents on the dollar is just, irresistible. compared to the 70%. So there you go. It's totally up to you. Again, I just want you guys to get so rich that that you're making hefty donations through PayPal to me, saying, Bruce, without you, I wouldn't have this Lamborghini. I wouldn't have this Tesla. I wouldn't have this lifestyle. I wouldn't be feeling this good about myself. Thank you, thank you. And I go, hey, thank you. I'm happy you're doing well. It always leads to me doing well. And so that's why I'm so interested in how you're doing. Yeah, I care. I care. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Let's see what else is going on here. Lots of folks talking about all kinds of stuff here. Let's see what's going on. Amber's thinking that GameStop's going under 200 today. You just watch. Well, we'll see. It's down 373 right now. Let's see. I struggle to buy next month one IBM, a date for the stock split. No one knows actually, right? Nobody knows. Nobody knows the details. Nobody knows the timing. No one I know knows it, that's for sure. Anyway, there you go. Fenneville, Amber, the Elliott Wave from Superstonk predicts lowest for GameStop is 204 for either today or tomorrow, then rocket from there. So let's see. Mr. Seneca, I'm a buyer at 204. It's at 209.74 right now. Mr. Seneca, I need more GameStop. I hope so, Fenneville. I'm ready for liftoff. Come on, ME, let's go, says Nunya. ME right now, 8.73, down a penny. Yep, coolest aprons ever, says Amber about our aprons. We have some cool aprons on Redbubble. You can check them out. All right, okay, Stonks, let's go green. Yes, Fenneville, the super chat donation allows me to ask questions or express my thankfulness. Donation via PayPal, I can't even put in a note. I know that, Fenneville. If you do want to send me a private message off the air, you don't want the world to see what you want to ask me or talk to me about, just send me a private email. My email address is down below in the description. It should be at brucefromert@hotmail.com. And down below is the PayPal donation button. Or the PayPal donation address. It's there too. So you can always, send Jennifer and I a private email and let us know what you want to say. Let's go from there. All right. Let's see. Lambo, then donate. Got it. Okay, Bruce, I got it. I now know what to do. Uncle Bruce, I am short in the money put. Excuse me. I'm short a deep in the money put on SoFi. 1750. October 15. Now, I want to bleed more theta out of it. How close to expiration would you let it get before rolling it? Okay, well, excuse me. SoFi now is at 1443, so you're about $3, out of the money. The put's in the money, obviously in your case, but I would wait. I'd wait a couple of days before. I mean, if there's no premium now, if the contract is trading at book value, like truly at about 3 right now, then waiting makes no difference. But if there's still a premium, like 50 cents, 80 cents, $1 premium, you might as well wait. On the other hand, having said all that, you might want to turn around and say, you know what, Bruce, I'm going to buy this contract back now, because if I write a new contract, let's say I write a December or a January or something, I can write a 1750 out there for a much higher premium than what this one's trading for. I can buy this one back for 325, 350, 375, whatever the price is. But I can write a new one for 3 months further out for like $2 more, all added premium. You might consider that strategy, because if the shares in the next month or two go to 1650, 1750, where they were only a few weeks ago, this contract will be at no book value, only premium value, and it might give up $2 right away, $2.50. That might be enough of an incentive for you to buy back the put on the nice little pop. On the other hand, if it goes to 18, 19, and 20 by October, November, you're into January, 1750s, you might be down to,
40% of what you got for it, or a third, and you could really score a nice deal. Figure it out. It's all good. Splitter, PayPal can be crazy too. A friend of mine has a strange PayPal name. Every time he sends out a payment to me, it comes 4 weeks later because PayPal likes to hold it and check that payment. Depends what instrument they're using to send you funds. If you're internationally located, if you're using a credit card as your base, there's all kinds of delays, but there's nothing I can do about it. Bertie, Uncle Bruce, without you, I couldn't afford my 7 wives. Thank you so much. Well, there you are. And without us, you couldn't afford to have that Tesla. Exactly. It's a two-way thing. Benville, Amber, thanks. Love you too. Splair, then I hope I won't be too late with IBM. How many shares is each IBM share going to split to? I wish I had the answer. I don't know. We don't know any details of this deal. Uncle Bruce, what IBM calls to buy would you recommend? Well, I have been indicating to people that you should really consider next year contracts, so at least January, but probably April or May or June. I'd go way out. Even if you're buying out of the money IBMs, go way out. Perhaps look at 150s, 55s, even 160s. The reason I say that is because if the share splits 2 for 1, and you get one of the Kyndryl shares and one IBM share, I have a feeling there'll be options on Kyndryl and IBM. And so you'll have one option for each, I'm guessing. So you'll have 2 options instead of 1. Now, if the split is like, before the split, you have 1 IBM share. After the split, you have 2 IBM and 1 Kyndryl. Or you have 3 IBM and 2 Kyndryl. You do that, they have that kind of a deal. Well, then you're going to have 5 contracts, I think. That could be interesting, really interesting. And I'm kind of wondering that once the split is done and is absorbed and digested and understood and analyzed, what if the shares are trading at 175? The parts, you put the parts back together and go, oh wow, it's $175 for the old stock. If you're long a contract with a 150 exercise or a 160 exercise, stock's at 175 plus time value, you could do really well by this. And if you end up with multiple contracts, you end up with, say, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 contracts from one. Every time these shares go up $1, you've got leverage now, 5 to 1 leverage instead of 1 to 1. That's why I'd be looking, out there. I can't tell you this is going to happen, though. Like, I can't tell you that for sure you're going to get 4 or 5 or 6 contracts. You might end up with just the one or one of each. That's the gamble. That is the gamble. But the downside, I think, is non-existent. I don't think it goes down in value when it's all said and done. I think it holds or goes higher. That's why the split is being proposed and being voted on and being done. So I like the deal. Bruce, just throw something out there. Just throw something out there, says B-Fits. Ryan Cohen sold Chewy to PetSmart, okay? Could GameStop itself be a takeover target? Who could be a buyer, hypothetically? Well, I guess in theory, you know what? Every company could be a takeover target. I mean, theoretically, a publicly traded company is a takeover target. Some are easy to get, some are not. I will say that it looks more likely now, or let's put it this way. I'm going to say that today, GameStop today versus a GameStop a year ago, it would be a lot cheaper to buy GameStop today than a year ago, because a year ago you would have to have guaranteed all kinds of stock options and vending and all kinds of stock what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody that had in senior management, everyone in senior management that had stock options would be vetted. All their stock would be vetted, and they would now have free trading stock to do whatever they wanted with. They would have this massive payoff at the takeover price. Today's GameStop executives don't have as juicy a deal as the former executives, because Cohen has really dropped down the executive compensation guarantee and perks. He's gone way more mainstream and is saying, hey, you want to make millions of dollars of being an employee of this company? Deliver results and you will make a lot of money, which is great. Okay. But why would the stock be a takeover target? Like, why would someone want to buy GameStop completely? What have they got that another company would want? That might be publicly traded or privately traded, or is internationally located. And it could be you have a company in France or in Italy or Germany or the United Kingdom that desperately want in to the U.S. market. By buying GameStop, you're acquiring thousands of domestic locations to market your wares. Now, if the company you have is a game provider, a game creator, you buy GameStop, you make games in Europe or China or wherever you are, and you now have a direct in to marketing them in the USA through a marketing team, along with the e-commerce division, right? So lots of potential. That would be one reason that you'd want to buy them. You're in the e-commerce business, and you're very good at clothing, and you're very good at fashions, and you're very good at furniture, and you market a lot of stuff online, but you're not very good in gaming. You just don't have a presence in electronics, and you want to really have a strong presence in electronics. You buy GameStop to get their e-commerce division, and now you can add your merchandise to their merchandise and add to it. You could keep GameStop as a wholly owned subsidiary company of your company, but it wouldn't be a public company on its own anymore. It would now be part of another company. It would be a way, I guess, if you could acquire GameStop, if you're a private concern now, but by buying GameStop in a reverse takeover, you become public. So GameStop still trades, but under the name of whatever, new GameStop. I don't know. And the company is worth triple the value that it is now because the private company is 2 times bigger than GameStop already is. It's a whole new dynamic. Now, for you as shareholders of GameStop, you could be offered cash to take a walk, or you could be offered stock in the new company, which could be something like for every share you have now, you will receive cash of $100 cash, and you'll receive 2 shares of the new company. And the market will say, looking at the deal and analyzing the numbers based on the size of the private company taking over GameStop, that maybe the shares of GameStop are worth $200 a piece, but you have 2 shares instead of 1. And you got $100 cash up front. So you actually have a $500 deal on your hands. $100 in cash, $400 in stock based on the valuation of the takeover. Now, the shareholders of GameStop have to approve this deal. 51% have to approve, or 50.1%. And if Cohen likes the deal, there's 13% right there. If Cohen and his friends and associates like the deal, you're at 23, 25% right there. You only need 25% more of the vote. So if only 1/3 of all the other shareholders like the deal, it's going to go ahead. Now, could that bring a second buyer to the table going, oh, no, I'm going to buy GameStop. I'm going to buy GameStop with my offer. That's a better offer than this offer, but that may or may not happen. There may be a bidding war. There may not be a bidding war. It could be, though, that a public company that's already existing wants to buy GameStop, and they'll just do a stock deal. You get no cash. All you get is paper in the other company. But the ratio between your stock and their stock is such that they're offering $350 a share or $300 a share. I'm just basing it on right now, a $208 price. If GameStop, there's rumors there's going to be a takeover, and GameStop goes to $300 a share on a rumor of a takeover, and then a takeover comes, then it could be a $400 offer, and it could be a paper offer only. But on the other hand, if the buyer is so huge that they could just give you $400 cash per share and say, here's your money, go away. But I don't see that happening. I don't see GameStop as a takeover candidate right now. I've been wondering if the shares of GameStop were to go to 250, 300 in the next month or so, would the company, GameStop, um, issue 10 million shares at 300 a share and bring in $3 billion additional dollars, and now be sitting on almost $5 billion in cash. And then it goes shopping. GameStop becomes a shopper for somebody else. It's not that GameStop's being taken over. GameStop will take over other companies. Now, they go after a private company, say a $1 billion value private company. They could buy it right now with cash because they have enough for that. But they might be able to cut a deal with a private company to say, we'd like to take you over and bring you into the company. We'd like to bring your senior management with you. And you guys do a great job. We would like to have you as a wholly owned subsidiary. You're in the gaming area, you're in the e-commerce area, whatever they're into. How about we do a deal? We'll give you $1 billion, 250 million in cash, and 750 million in stock from our treasury. So you're now shareholders of GameStop. Well, I look at this thing and think to myself, if it's a private company worth $1 billion, I would love a deal like that, because public companies trade at a much higher multiple on earnings than private companies do. So if you can bring in a private company that's making, say this company is making 50 million a year in profits, and or 100 million a year in profits, GameStop acquires a company at 10 times PE multiple, brings it into the fold, GameStop will be trading at 50 times earnings. So this $1 billion value will actually trade inside GameStop at a $5 billion value. And so GameStop right now is at 16 billion market cap. This could take GameStop to 21, 22 billion market cap. Now, if they were to buy a $3 billion company, that could add 15 billion market cap value to the public company. You would take GameStop from 16 billion to 31 billion. Your stock could go to 350 a share, 375, just on this deal. And if they needed 5 billion to buy them, Wall Street will cut them a check for 5 billion by issuing. They'll just issue a bond. They won't even dilute their stock. They'll just issue a note, a senior note for 5 billion, payable at 2.5% interest. And through the connections that GameStop has now inside their board of directors, they can raise $5 billion. They got $2 billion cash in the bank. Buying a $5 billion company, they can borrow $3 billion to buy the $5 billion company. They got $2 billion on hand. So to get $5 billion is nothing. Without diluting any stock whatsoever, they could bring this thing in, double the value of the company overnight, and put your stock at 350 a share, maybe 400 a share. How about that deal? So there's so much potential. I got to wonder, and I've always wondered, just how busy is Mr. Cohen really behind the scenes here? And we're just waiting for, confirmation. But at the moment, as I speak, while I'm talking about how great it could be, the stock's going down. It's down $6 a share to 206 right now. So those of you who've written contracts at 240, 250, 260, 280, 220, 210, you're now looking at your contracts real close and those of you who have contracts expiring tomorrow or next week, you're looking at the contracts you wrote lately and wondering, how am I doing here? How low are these going to go? Don't have the answer for you, but things are looking good for you. Support.com, 2702 up at 292. It's backed off a bit. Robinhood up 58. SoFi at 1454, down 2 cents. 1455 down 2. GameStop 207.50. ATIP up 3 cents to 437. Thank you. AMC down $1.08. Matterport down 21. ME down a nickel. Smart Rent up a nickel. Rocket Lab down 7. Spire down 15. Cyxtera down 23. IBM up 9 cents. The Dow up 85. So it's mainly red on what we're following, except for Support and Robinhood, which we don't really own around here. But we're keeping an eye on these markets. All right. And Uncle Bruce, you will get a huge payment the next few years from me, and I'm not so special that I need a Lamborghini. McLaren is already good enough. Well, there you go. That's practical. B-Fits, wouldn't Amazon be the right one? They could split into Amazon Gaming and they'll sell their games too. Yeah, well, that would give Amazon retail locations, wouldn't it? Amazon would have wholesale, their e-commerce division, their gaming division, and a retail gaming division. So yeah, that on the surface it sounds right. Thinking about buying some IBM calls, the 169 strike for January 22, maybe get some benefit from a stock split. That might be an idea. I would go longer than January. I would go beyond January. I really, really would prefer you go into next year. Just go further out. The more time, the better. But I don't think that GameStop will be sold, says Blair. I don't think so either. 160 strike on IBM, that is interesting. Amber, waiting on Robinhood to call is annoying. Can't they just tell me if I finally jump through all their stupid hoops? I tell you, Amber, I can't help you there. Brian, thank you, Brian. Hey, Uncle B, I'm thinking of buying 5 SoFi call contracts for April 14th next year. I break even at 1969. What do you think? I'll be in the money by then? So you're looking at picking off... you're picking off contracts for April that'll run you 1969. It'll break you even at 1969. Excuse me. Okay, so the SoFi right now is 1454. That's 510 a contract. I'm trying to figure out which contract you're talking about buying, and I kind of wonder: are you talking about buying 1250s? You're not buying 15s. There's no way you'd be paying that much for 15s. If you are, I wouldn't be doing it. So I'm kind of curious about that. SoFi. There we go. SoFi contracts, April of next year. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. On the options front. And April of 2022. Here we go. April 2022. They're going to be 5 something, aren't they? You're looking at buying the 10s, aren't you? Am I right on that? No, yeah, I'm not right. I can't be right. You're buying the, you got to be buying the, oh gosh, I don't know which ones you're buying now. Now I'm lost. April of next year, breaking even at 1969, you're buying 1750s. Now I get it. I think you're buying 1750s because you're going to pay 2 something on top of that. That'll bring you to 19. So 1750s on SoFi, out of the money. That's not cheap. That is not cheap on that contract. I'm not sure if I'm excited about that. I would be more interested if you were into the $15 contracts, even at $3 each. You're 50 cents out of the money. The best deal probably would be the 1250s because they would run you $4.10 a piece, and that would put you at 2 in the money with only a 2 premium. I like that deal a lot better. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Baking thoughts on writing covered calls on SoFi now. January 2021, 1750s at $1.50 is nice. But March 2021's are $2.25, and March 2021 20s are $1.65. The March 1750 sounds not bad at 1975 exercise, decent profit. Well, there it is. If you do offer the 1750 Marches at 225, you're basically going for 1975. You get taken out. Obviously, if the shares go up to 1750, those calls will be going for probably $3.50 a piece, $3 a piece, or more, maybe for $3.50 to $4 each. Stock goes to $20. You're $2.50 in the money now with a lot of time left. You might have $5 contracts on your hand that you buy them back and roll them over. Yes, you could. You certainly could consider that, but yeah, that's I don't know. If it were me, I'd be waiting for the stock to go up first on SoFi. I would look for the stock to reach 1750, so I can then legitimately write 25s for a nice hefty premium, and then get closer to $30 being taken out. But that's me, not you. Don't do this to me, MTTR, wrong direction. Bruce, talking about the gaming industry is so painful to listen. He doesn't know anything about it. Well, I just know about stock. That's, up to you to decide. Okay, y'all, my head is throbbing. I'm going to turn off all the media and take a migraine pill, says Amber. I hope everyone makes good money today. Goodbye. Hang in there. Hang in there. Let's see what's going on. You know what? GameStop should sell shares again. I wish they'd do it more often, then they could acquire another company. They might well do that. They might have a plan to sell 2 million shares here at 200 something and bring in 400 million. They'll sell another couple of million at 250, bring in another 500 million. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Matterport right now, 1583, down 18 cents. SoFi 14.54, down 3. All right. Well, what else? What else can I answer for you today? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. We have right now 300 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. U.S. initial jobless claims fall to the lowest level since the start of the pandemic, so that's helping the Dow stay positive. Up 86 points. S&P up 13. NASDAQ up 44.9. So got a good day going, I would say. Not too bad. We just want to see some reaction to some of the stocks that we're following. That would be kind of nice. Every little bit would be helpful. But, you know, it is what it is. We've got, let's see, StreamYard right here. Okay. Ryan Cohen is super busy. I think these earnings will provide that. It'll prove that. All right. You know, I'd rather not see a takeover, but I'd rather a stock split. Let the stock run to 300, do a 10 for 1. Now it's $30 a share. Imagine how many more people would buy in and how many shares it would run. Not to mention they would have crushed anyone stupid enough to have a short position. There you go. Yeah, well, you know, that would be something. I don't know if they'll ever do a 10 for 1 with only a $300 price. I don't know if they want to go down to 30. But I can see it, because if they go to 30 and the shares go then to 600, go to 60, that's 600, right? From 30 to 60 is a $600 move. That would be great. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. You know, selling before earnings would be a fool's errand. You're hoping it goes down because it did the last 2 times. If you're wrong, it's gone, never getting back in. That's not worth the minimal profit. Well, you got to decide yourself. Do you want to, do you want to buy? You're buying the stock, and then you're buying a put contract to protect yourself against the movement. You own stock now, and you buy a short-term put for like 4 days, 5 days life, a little out of the money just in case the stock really tanks. And then you'll make a bunch of money on the put, and it'll compensate for the loss on the stock. I don't know. You all have to decide on this one. You write call options out of the money for 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, bring in $15 a share. You're writing maybe the stock's trading at 210, you're writing 220s or 230s for $15 a share. You know, you're getting $35 upside on an upside move. But if you feel that the upside move might be $150 a share, then that's a different animal, isn't it? That's a different animal. GameStop has a tiny amount of shares out, 75 million. Same reason why most SPACs here that don't have unlocked shares swing violently. Like SoFi, GameStop will trade like Tesla for a while. Well, we'll see what's going on. Those SoFi calls aren't worth the risk, says Vilbas. That's the Vilbas opinion. Endless RPM. If that was your play, you'd sell covered calls prior to the next earnings and collect the premium instead. Selling your shares is not the way. Okay. Aaron, every single time Massite comes on here, he spouts negativity. I honestly don't understand why he comes on. Trying some positivity, dude, please. Bruce should run GameStop with Ryan Cohen. That's what Bruce should do. Hit the thumbs up, people, says Deep Value. I think I blocked that chat. Endless, buy low, sell high, rebuy low, and sell calls after. You'll never make up the calls. Make up the cost of price difference with GameStop. Violent prices, that's called bag holding. I don't know. Thumbs. Thank you, Deep. Endless. Bruce says to do that with stocks like SoFi that don't violently trade in value. Hope you feel better, Amber. I woke up with a migraine this morning, took 2 Excedrin, 1 Sudafed, and took the hot shower. I got rid of it completely, thank goodness. Endless, please leave. You're wrong. Made $3,000 yesterday in less than an hour on volatility. Hey, Uncle Bruce, which company earning is quarterly coming up? I think GameStop comes up next Wednesday with their quarterlies. DM Endless, if you're dumb enough to think that people with cost averages lower than the price drop is bag holding, then you shouldn't be investing. Oh, people are getting nasty now. Let's see what happens. Trend so far, GameStop peaks at about 10 a.m. to 11 and then heads down for the day. It's been consistent so far. Well, GameStop 209.22 down 375 at the moment. That's where we're at. AMC's down 77, so endless. Okay, and it's a week before earnings. Let's pick this up in October and see where we're at. I'm actually arguing your side here, DVI, by buying and selling like you did just a simple. Anyway, selling code, whatever. That's what I was asking about earlier, Joe. I think it holds water. I know. Well, folks, everyone has their opinion on how to do what they want to do. Everyone has their ideas. I like the idea of option writing, as you well know, but everyone has to decide for themselves how to play this game. Those of you who wrote options yesterday when the stock hit 231, I say, well done. Now we have to see how this plays out. Anyway. Where are we at now? We're up 64 on the Dow. That's the low of the day. We're actually at the low end of the day on the Dow. We're up 12 on S&P. We're up 42 on NASDAQ right now. Oil is up $1.75 to 70.34. That is overpriced. There is this so-called shortage and issues. Yeah, I know the Northeast is flooded, and no reason for oil barrels to go up in price. No reason whatsoever. The Gulf is opening back up. The refineries kept running. They're still running down south. There will be no shortages of fuel overall long term. Oil is $20 overpriced. But what can I say? It's exploitation, and it is a lot of speculation right now. That's what it is. What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Now, GameStop and Rocket Lab earnings are both coming out next week, says Anti-PC. So look for those. We'll see what's going on. Okay, 209.50 on GameStop, down 347. ATIP up 3 cents. AMC down 74. Matterport down 17. 23andMe up a penny. SmartRent up 3 cents. Rocket Lab up a penny today. Very quiet. IBM up 4 cents. The Dow up 67. So, this is where we're at right now. The support.com at 27.37, holding a 227 gain, but it got up to $29 and could not hold it. Volume is at 12.2 million, not enough volume to sustain this market. Kind of telling me there might be more selling off coming out here, and this stock will drop lower today. It might go down to 21, 20. It might. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not saying it will, but it could. Looks not great. We'll find out. SoFi up 6 cents, 14.63. SoFi is just hit 14.67 a few moments ago for the high of the day. 2.3 million volume, though, very light on SoFi. That's very quiet. Good sign in a way, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of stock coming in for sale. Yeah, the stock's up 7 cents, and there's not a lot of stock trading. So maybe SoFi's dried out. That could be good. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Hey, Uncle B. Were you still trading on 9/11? Do you remember where you were that day? Oh, yeah. We all remember where we were on 9/11. I was in Vancouver, British Columbia. I was supposed to fly home that day. I had a plane ticket for September the 11th from Vancouver, British Columbia to ultimately to Palm Springs, California. I was supposed to land in, I think it was Oakland, and connect to Palm Springs, California. Still have the ticket from that day. Never used it. But I was in bed sleeping in Vancouver at my business partner's home, and we're both in bed, and it was about 8 o'clock in the morning our time, about 11 New York time. And Jen thinks it was earlier than that. And Jen called us. I think it was earlier than that. Jen called at about 7 something in the morning to talk to me because she was in Palm Desert, and she was getting Jennifer Jr. ready for school. And Jennifer Jr. was in grade 8, maybe grade 7 or grade 8. And I didn't have a telephone in my room, but my business partner did have one in his bedroom, and his phone rang, and the landline rang. And he picked it up. And I could hear the phone ring, and I could hear his voice going, hello. And he's going, oh, hi, Jennifer, mentioning her name. And I'm going, why is Jennifer calling this early? And I thought, well, she's just calling to make sure I'm going to make my flight, or maybe she heard my flight was canceled, or who knows. So he went, what? Can you repeat that? And so she told him what was going on, because she was watching television in Palm Desert, watching the towers light up in New York. And he said, well, hey, hang on one second. So he came into the bedroom with the phone with the long extension cord. He says, your wife's on the phone. She's saying something, but I don't understand what she's saying. I can't, it doesn't make sense to me. I said, okay, hello. And she says, are you watching TV right now? I said, no, we just woke up. We're in bed. We were sleeping. Turn on television right now, because the World Trade Center, one has already collapsed. The other one is still on fire. Planes have crashed into the buildings. The Pentagon got nailed. Everything is shut down. You're not flying. All the airspace in the United States has been shut down. I go, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? So in the meantime, my partner, he got up and he went to his television to turn it on. And he was spending his summer up in Whistler, skiing area in the winter and hiking in the summer. And he had turned his cable off on his house because he wasn't there. We were just in the house for like a week because I happened to come up to do some business and I was leaving. So he was on the phone after I got off the phone with Jennifer. He got on the phone with a satellite provider to get his television back on. And they immediately turned on everything at no charge because it was a national, thing. So within a minute or two, we had CNN on this guy's television, and we're looking and going, oh my God. And by that time, the second tower had already come down by that point. So both towers were down, and it was just unbelievable. And I didn't get out of town that day. I didn't get out of town because all flights were canceled. Not only domestically, Canadian airspace was shut down. So now there were no flights in Canada either. The only planes in the air were the ones landing. Only planes could land. No one could take off. And in Vancouver, 80-odd airplanes came in from the Pacific that were supposed to go to Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, New York. They were diverted from the North Pole down to us. Gander to Calgary,
Toronto,
to Edmonton, to Winnipeg, to all across Canada took these planes destined for American locations. All landed in Canada, hundreds and hundreds of them.
I think Gander and Vancouver got the most. Yeah.
So I was supposed to get up about an hour later to pack up, finish, and go to the airport. Not going to the airport.
I had friends and relatives phoning saying, you have to come back now.
Relatives say, you got to get out of the U.S. It's not safe for you
have to come
down
home
there.
now.
It's not safe in the United States. You got to get out. Yeah. So we went to my partner and I, we went to his law offices instead. And I was on the internet watching what was happening on the internet all day, trying to figure out what is going on. And that was Tuesday. And Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, nothing. But Thursday, the land border reopened between Canada and the U.S. They even shut the border down, the land border down. But Thursday, they reopened it. And on Friday, by Thursday, airplanes started flying in the U.S. again. And Friday, things were picking back up for U.S. domestic travel, and I think international was opening back up. So now I was contacting Alaska Airlines, my airline, to fly in, and they said, you're at least another week away from getting a seat out of Vancouver. I'm going, I'm not spending another week up here away from my family. There's no way. So I contacted Southwest Airlines, and I said, have you got any flights available for Seattle to Ontario, California? Because I knew they flew to Ontario, 45-minute drive from Palm Springs. They said, yes. I said, I'd like to reserve a seat. So I reserved a seat for Friday, the next morning, I did this on Friday morning, from Seattle to Oakland to Ontario. And I got a seat booked. I had to get to SeaTac Airport by 4 in the afternoon, Friday. And this was 7 in the morning. And I immediately called a cab. I packed up. I was at my partner's house. called a cab. My partner was in his office, and I got into the taxi and said, take me to the Greyhound bus station, because I had figured out that Greyhound bus lines was running their service from Vancouver to Seattle. Got down there, got a ticket to Seattle. I was going to land in Seattle at 2 in the afternoon. It was now 8 in the morning. 4 hours, but I was going to get across the border. And sure enough, we left, and we got to the border area, and the lineup was a mile long, 2 miles long, 3 lanes across for all these cars. Many Americans sitting in Canada wanting to get home, and a lot of Canadians wanting to go to this state. But we got to go in the bus lane, the truck lane, and they had a special customs clearance area for bus passengers. So the Greyhound went right up there. We were circled around, and we all had to get out of the bus. We had to get our luggage from underneath the bus, carry it into a terminal building, clear through security and through customs officers, come around the other side and get in line over here in the lobby area to get ready to get back on our bus. In the meantime, the bus was emptied out. The customs guys came on the bus, checked everything. Nothing on the bus to worry about. Everything checked out. The bus was moved forward 30 feet to the checkout lobby. And then with the doors opened up, they said, you can get back on the bus. And so we came back out to the bus, handed our bags to the driver as if we were in Vancouver. And he loaded the bus up with security all around it. The U.S. Customs guys were standing all around to make sure everything was going right. We all got on the bus. And 5 minutes later, we were in the USA. And we ended up in Seattle at about 2 in the afternoon. Downtown Seattle. I got my bags, grabbed a cab, and said, get me to SeaTac Airport. So he was booking it to SeaTac. We got it within a mile, and that's where the special forces were waiting, the U.S. military.
Yeah.
And I
It's
had
like
never
being
seen
at Heathrow.
I had never seen this before. I had never seen U.S. military checkpoints getting into an airport.
Yeah.
And we got to the gate, and there were a couple of boys there with the M15s.
Yeah, soldiers with their guns slinged on their shoulders.
On their shoulders. I thought,
It's like
wow, this is amazing. So roll down our window, and the guy says, it's a taxi, right? He looked at me and said, where are you headed? I said, I'm catching a Southwest flight to Oakland connecting to Ontario, California. And I think I had a telephone confirmation on or something like that. He said, yeah, okay, you're good to go. He opened the trunk.
Yeah, you got to pop the trunk.
Pop the trunk. Make sure everything's fine. Okay, you're good to go. You're a legitimate passenger.
I had to pop the trunk just to go pick you up.
Just to pick me up in Ontario. So I got to the airport drop-off. The guy dropped me off, and I got in line, the Southwest line, got to the ticket agent, and there were tons of them. They were really efficient. And she was looking at my reservation, and she says, you got a flight going at 4:30. Would you like to get a flight at 3:30 instead? I said, yeah, sure. She said, I can get you out of here right now. So I said, great. So she bumped me up, earlier flight, got the bags checked, and I got into the terminal through security, got to the gate. Within 30 minutes, I'm on the plane, and 20 minutes later, we're in the air. It was fabulous. And I called Jen and I said, hey, I'm out early. We're going to land in Ontario at such and such a time. I was going to, whatever the flight was. We'll see you there. So got to Ontario about 10:30, 11 at night, and got through security, all that sort of stuff. Standing outside, and here comes Jen and Jen Jr. in our rental car picking us up. And it was just so great to be back together again on the Friday night after the Tuesday debacle. So that's how that worked out. Never forget September 11th. Never forget it. Yeah. That was crazy. That was scary stuff. And things have been different ever since. Yeah, different world ever since. What can I say? Anyway, Jen, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm reminiscing old times. 20 years ago. 2001.
20 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going to be 20 years this September.
And our daughter
in 10 days. 9 days.
The thing that really upset her was that we had been to the towers just the year before and had been up on the observation deck.
That's right.
And so her question was, like, are there just tourists? Were there just tourists up on top?
Right.
I'm like, no, it was too early. The observation deck
It was
wasn't
8 in the
open.
morning. 8 in the morning when
And
the
that
towers, the first tower got hit. And
A little relief for her.
yeah, they were just the office. Unfortunately, the office workers
Yeah.
and the building operators, they were all there, and the Top of the World restaurant, they were
Yeah.
all there. They were operating,
Yeah,
but the
ready for
observation
tours.
decks, they didn't open until 10 in the morning, I
Or
think it
something
was.
like that, yeah.
So there were no tourists yet.
Because it really
Up
hit
there.
home for her that, well,
She had been
I
there.
was there.
We had been up there
Yeah.
together. Yeah, we'd been up there together in about 90.
Maybe the year before.
99. We were
Or
on
it
that
might have
6-month
even been
sabbatical.
That spring. Or what did it
Well, this
be
is
the year
September,
before?
so no, this would have been the year before, 99. Yeah, in like October.
Yeah.
About a year and a quarter earlier, we'd been up there, and we were up the Empire State Building, and we
Yeah.
went for
We've
the
been
Circle
up the
Line.
Empire a couple of times.
We did the Circle Line boat tour around
Yes.
Manhattan, and we did New York. We did New York, the three of us.
We did.
It was November. It was cold. It was November of 99. And this was September of 01. Yeah. So
And we had just come from the Cayman Islands. It was really cold.
yeah,
It was miserable.
we were living in the Caymans, and now we were in New York for 2 weeks, and then we flew to the UK
Yeah,
for.
we were used to rain,
yeah.
but not cold rain.
We weren't liking it, but it was what it was. Yeah.
Our daughter used to go outside in the rain. It was so warm.
It was so warm, so
Can I
lovely.
go outside?
Yeah.
In my school uniform? Can I? Yes, you can go outside.
And those school kids learned a lot that year from
Oh,
9/11.
man.
After that, the world had changed a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what can I say? We survived it, sort of. We're still here.
Yeah.
Now we're trying
still
to.
here.
Jen and I are trying to go back to the U.S. We hope at the end of October here, to start our nomad journey, and we're going to have to fly across. I'm not going to be able to drive, I don't think.
I don't think so.
So we'll be flying across and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There it is.
So, what are you going to have for breakfast?
Oh, I'm thinking of a bagel.
Are you?
I really am.
bagel?
I'm thinking cheese whiz. Haven't had a cheese whiz bagel this
You
week.
have not.
So a nice crispy
Okay.
toasted bagel with those seeds all roasted up
Cheese
with the cheese, the Canadian
Let the
cheese
seeds
whiz
pop
on
it.
there. But the seeds popping. Oh yeah, that would be so nice. Credit Savage says, Uncle Bruce, good morning. I have 25 grand to play with, and I was thinking about selling $25 January 2023 puts on SoFi. I was going to get 1270 premium. In 2 years, the stock will be more than $25, and then I buy back. Is this a good idea? So if you write the puts, you'll bring in $1,270 a contract. If the shares go above $25, you don't ever have to buy them back. They expire worthless. So you would clear $1,270 a contract would be all yours if by January 2023 they are over $25. Now, if in the next, say, 6 months, the shares of SoFi go to $22 in the next 6 months, these contracts would only have a book value of $3 each plus whatever time value they would still have. I would guess that they would still trade at about $5.50 to $5.70. But you could buy them back at that time for $5.70 and take the $7 profit and say, thanks. I got that in 6 months. I made $7 profit on my stock. Because the other option is you buy the shares now at $14.60 and they go up to 22 or 21 or whatever. If they go to 22.60, you'll make $8 a share if they go up that high. On the other hand, if you buy these puts, you have until 2023 to deal with the puts, unless you get exercised now in the next 3 months, which could happen, but unlikely to happen, but it could. But remember, you'd have to buy the stock for $25 a share, but you already got $12.70 cash now. So you're only putting up $12.30 to buy the $25 stock. You're putting up $12.30 to buy right now a $14.58 stock. I wouldn't mind doing that. I'd be happy putting up $12.30 to buy a $14.56 stock. Sure, because I can turn around and sell those shares right now in the open market and pocket the difference. Yeah, of course. But obviously, if the shares run up just to 20, these puts will only be worth $5 book value. So these will go down in value. The higher the stock goes, the lower these puts will be worth from a movement of the stock side. The second side, of the contracts going down in value is time depreciation. But there's only a couple of bucks of premium in here. So you're going to make most of your money on the stock value going higher. You got to gamble that SoFi between now and 2023 will go up in price so that these contracts will drop in value. So you make a gain on this deal. Sooner the better, of course. Let the stock go to $25 in 2 months with the bank charter and everything coming through. The stock goes to $25 in October. These contracts will probably be worth about $3.50 to $4 each. And you can buy them back for that. Take the rest of the money for yourself and say, that was a nice $8, $9 profit for 2 months. I like this. Yeah, there you go. So good idea. Sure it is. Sure it is. You might get away, though, with writing 2022s. You may not have to write 2023s. Take a look at Jan 2022s or April 2022s and save yourself a lot of time. You might get 50 cents less on the contract, but for the time, it's probably a good idea. Just saying. What's wrong, Uncle Bruce, with taking a few grand GameStop profit and not being down $20 a share today? What's wrong with this? It's not like someone won't sell me their shares today. You can always buy GameStop stock. Always. You will always be able to buy GameStop stock if it's trading on the open market, no matter what price it trades at. You know, and I know that the higher the shares go, the more volatile they'll probably get. They get to the 350 range, there's going to be $25 moves every day. It gets to 400, it'll have $25, $30 moves. It gets to 500 a share, it'll probably have $40 moves. You're going to know it. You're going to know there's going to be volatility in the stock. So you can always buy it. You can always sell it. You can always swing trade it. If you guess right, you can swing trade it. You can swing trade the options. Always swing trade the options as well. But the other benefit the options give you, if you're a writer of contracts, time depreciation, even if you're wrong. That's the best part about this gig right here. You're writing a 220 call right now with a 211 stock price, and you're bringing in $20 premium for a little further out. Hey, the stock can go to 219 and you still make all $20 because the depreciation will eat up the entire option value. The stock goes to 225, you still make money because the contract's only worth $5 at the end and you wrote it for 20. You made $15 even though you were wrong. It went up. That's the beauty of writing contracts. So it's called insurance for a reason, kids. There you have it. This is why you might want to think about taking lessons. You might want to check some of my lessons out and learn all this stuff. You take your time learning it. It's easy peasy, plain English. Thank you for your support. Anyway, there you go. I was in physical therapy. I was in a physical therapy session when the plane hit, and I heard it was a Cessna. We heard everything, didn't we? We heard it was a single-engine plane, then we heard it was a twin-engine plane, then we thought it was a 737, and then we heard it was then we finally found out it was American Airlines, whatever it was, or United Airlines. And then when we saw the pictures of the hole in the tower of that angle, you could really make out where the wingtips were, and you could just see this. It was just so unreal. And then we saw on live television the second plane hit from all the angles that came out. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Just got chills all over again. I'll tell you, you'll never forget it. You'll never forget the day if you were an adult when it happened. You'll never forget that day. You'll never forget that week. The sorrow, the heartbreak, the agony. It was unbelievable. The heroes of Pennsylvania who brought that plane down, they fought those guys to bring it down, not let that plane crash into the White House or the Capitol or any other part of Washington. Unbelievable. It was just a heartbreaking story, and gosh, it was amazing. And then there was the uplifting side. Gander, Newfoundland, the folks in Gander, a city of 10,000 people, all of a sudden being overrun with 30,000 people landing in airplanes and having to house them for like 4 days and housing them and feeding them and getting their meds and getting them looked after. And oh my gosh, thank you, Jen, so much. It was incredible. It was just
I remember
amazing.
the day that John Kennedy was killed.
Oh man.
Because I came home from school. I used to come home from school at lunchtime because school was right across the street.
Was that a Friday?
I don't know.
I thought it was a Saturday that
I
he
don't
died.
know.
But could have been a Friday. I don't know.
Or I came home from somewhere and my mom had the television on.
Ah.
But yeah, I think I came home from school. She had the television on. We never had the television on during the day. We turned it on at 6 o'clock for the news, and then would watch the evening. And she was sitting on the couch watching television.
Never did that.
Never did that. Who are you?
Mother of 5 children, having to have dinner ready when Dad came home. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that just didn't happen. So I remember being concerned because she was concerned,
Right.
but not understanding. I would have been in maybe grade 1.
Right.
Understanding the implications of what it was, just knowing that something had upset my mother. You watch it, you.
I'll get you for this.
I'll get you.
Yeah.
Nobody upsets
I do recall.
my mother.
I do recall the Kennedy thing because my father was watching television nonstop, and when he got home from work and everything, and when my father watched television, the way he was watching television, silence in the house was the order of the day. He didn't want to hear any other noises that would, because he couldn't rerun the TV. So when Walter Cronkite was talking, you were listening to every word he was saying. Because Walter Cronkite was not a guy to waste your time with fluffy stories like I do. He went right into the meat of the story, and boy, that was days. The funeral, and then the shooting of Oswald, and
my dad was such a political nerd too. That
he knew these guys. He knew these politicians.
He was just right in there.
Yeah, he knew them. They knew him. Unbelievable. The world changed in '63.
Yeah,
the world changed in '63. Unreal. And then only 6 months later, the Beatles showed up in April '64, and the world changed again. And it went from depressing November, the assassination of the president, to these young guys, these young kids, and these young teenagers, and the world just started singing and dancing, and this music came on. Oh my God! And at the same time, of course, Vietnam was happening, and it was worse than we all had imagined it could have possibly been. It was going to get way worse. The world kept evolving and evolving. The Summer of Love in '67, and the riots of '68 in Chicago for the Democratic National Convention, and Mayor Daley beating up the kids, and the world changed again. Then Woodstock in '69. Oh my God! Oh wow! And the Fremont Festival in '70, and man landing on the moon in 1969. Oh my God! Like what accomplishment! Incredible highs and incredible lows, and
and it started in '61 with the Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cuban Missile Crisis
in
61. Yes,
and that I would have been in grade 1 for.
Yes, you would have been 5, 6 years old. Yeah.
He was a couple of years old.
Yeah, because in 60, you were 8. I was 8, and we were in grade 2 or something like that.
That's when they taught us to get under our little wooden desk.
Get under the desk.
Everything would be fine.
As soon as the nuke lands, as the nuke's coming down, just get under your desk. You'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about here. Get under your desk. You'll be fine.
That's in Palm Desert. We would teach the kids when the earthquake comes. Get under your desk to protect your head from falling things.
From the roof coming down on you.
We had some, fairly large boys that used to play football, and they would just lift the desk up and put it over their head. There's no way he's getting under there.
These are the guys that are going to lift the roof after it collapsed.
That's right.
I'm going to move the roof out of the way and get everybody out of the darn thing. Well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable world.
And in middle school, we had to provide earthquake kits for our kids. So every child had a box with their name on it that held 3 days worth of water and food and medicines or anything like that.
If you could get to it.
And a picture of mommy and daddy and a little note from us. So ours said, if you're reading this, good luck.
We were about a half a mile away from school.
We were so close that
we were just across the street.
You have to read this
in this gated community across the street from the school itself.
We got bigger fish.
I can imagine the hell on earth that would have been raised by Jennifer to get to her daughter had there been an earthquake.
Oh yeah, I would have got her.
She would have lifted palm trees out of the way to get at her. Yeah.
I'm Scottish. I would have got her.
I'm getting my daughter. I'm getting her now.
That's right. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Who do you think you are?
It's like a claymore. Come on, I'll just toss it.
Oh my.
Yes.
Those are the days.
The things we were.
Oh, the things we went through. Oh my gosh, the world has changed. 72, the Munich Olympics, the massacre of the Israeli athletes, the fall of 72, the Super Series between Canada and the Soviet Union for hockey. Oh, did Canada stop still for 6 weeks or 8 weeks? That was unbelievable. September, October, or August, September. That was 72. 70, what was 73, 74. I'm trying to remember what all these events that happened in our lives.
And for
those days.
those
Oh
that
my
don't
gosh.
follow hockey, they'll never understand the Summit Series. Like it was everything. It was our country against your country.
It was communism against capitalism. Yeah. The East versus the West.
Yeah, it was everything. We had to win.
Darth Vader against
Luke
Skywalker. Oh my gosh.
I should get food to Canada. That would be a good idea.
I was watching live when the second jet hit the tower. Way to go on those trades. Yeah. I was in high school because we had so many parents who work at the Pentagon. There was a news blackout in the school because they didn't want the students to become hysterical. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Auntie, I thought we were going to war.
I think not was worse.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. And then the passengers brought down the plane in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I found out about that a few days later. Matterport, 1611. Got to 1625 today. Go Matterport. Mean 877. Woohoo! AMC went positive. GameStop up 213 now. Wow. My friend's mom was on the airplane that it was hijacked into the Pentagon. Oh, man. Because I couldn't see it. When they said a plane hit the building, I pictured a little RC airplane. My day was so boring. Ninth grade English class. Spent the rest of the day in school actually doing work. No one had TVs in class or anything, so we just heard about it between each class. Oh, man. It was like the third grade. I knew it was really bad that it happened, but I didn't understand what was going on. Oh, man. Scott, I just picked up 100 more SoFi and 50 Smart. It's great picking up these shares knowing that I'm in it for the long haul, especially since I buy them using premium made from covered calls. Building wealth is the way. There you go, Scott. You're doing it. That's it. I was in my office in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. We were watching it live when the Pentagon got hit. We all left like Larry. Most of us worked in the Pentagon routinely. We had family and friends there. Matterport is moving up. Uncle Bruce looking at buying long calls on Goldman Sachs. What are your thoughts on a good expiry and strike? Next year, I go into April, something like that, and buy in the money if you can with the lowest premiums possible. That's the one. I lived near Dulles at the time. We could watch and hear the combat air patrols refueling at Dulles 24/7. I was working on the trading floor at Solomon Smith Barney. Worst day of my life. The Pentagon was being renovated at the time. And he started on the Army side because of that. It was mostly empty in those offices, and that's where the plane hit. It could have been 10 times worse there. It's so true. Because of the being in school comments, reminds me of when the Challenger exploded in 86. I was in algebra. We rushed outside. We could see the looping booster trails in the sky. Oh my gosh. I remember it. I remember 86. Oh, God, remember.
The bing, bing, bing of the ticker.
Oh, man.
The screen of the ticker.
I could tell you. As a stockbroker, you had to know what was going on all the time, everywhere. And if you wanted to know where you stood with your clients, two ways of knowing. You have two ways of knowing where you stand with your clients, how important you are. One, you see something happening on the newswire, like the Challenger exploding or Ronald Reagan getting shot, and you call a client of yours that you know is a senior VP of a corporation that is almost impossible to get to. You have to go through a receptionist, you have to go through an assistant, you got to go through people to get to this person because they're way up there. And you phone for that individual, you get the receptionist and tell them who you want to talk to and tell them it's an emergency, I need to talk to them immediately. You get the assistant who listens to you, you tell them I have an emergency, I have to talk to him immediately. And she puts him on immediately. He's in a meeting. He's in a meeting with 6 executives. And you're telling him the President of the United States an attempt has just been made on his life. Ronald Reagan is in the way to hospital. I will keep you posted on what's going on. That guy, when he takes that call from you, that shows you how important you are. If you get a message saying it's an emergency, I need to talk to him right away, and they say hang on, and they come back and say he'll call you back, you're not important. The other way you know you're important is when your phone rings from someone like that. That kind of a client calls you and says, I hear some news on Reagan, what's going on? I need to hear it from you because I trust your source of where it's coming from. And then I'm reading to him literally the teletype machine, the Newswire teletype machine. He can hear it in the background, and I'm reading it to him live. That tells you how you stand with your top clients. So when they rely on you for everything important, and they drop everything when you call, they drop everything. That we as brokers had our 10 percenters. The top 10% of our portfolio were made up of certain clients that made that list, and all the others were secondary. And we would only get we'd get calls occasionally from secondary clients when there was a problem or they heard something, but we would already talk to our top 10. We'd already talked to our top 10 percenters because either we were in touch with them or they were in touch with us instantly as to what the hell is going on. And there were times where I get a call from a 1 percenter saying, I just heard this story about this company and this company and that company. Can you check it out? And I had not heard a thing about this. And I'm writing notes down going, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Okay, I'll get back to you. Now I'm making phone calls to try to verify what this guy's telling me he's hearing, because he's hearing news that isn't public. And I'm getting really interesting stuff. That's also how you know how important you are to a client. It's amazing. But those days are gone now. We don't have brokers anymore. The SEC feels that you are being adequately served by your brokerage firm with your handheld device. You don't need a broker. What do you need a broker for? NTPC, I was on my way to work when I heard it on the radio. Couldn't wait to get off work that day to go home and watch the news. I think I watched the news and I was glued to my TV for a month. You might not remember this, but on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, CNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, there were no commercials for like 3 days. Not a single commercial played on the air. It was straight coverage. CNN did not run a commercial until Friday or Saturday for like 3-4 days after. Did not run a commercial. It was commercial free the entire time. It was incredible. As I recall too, if you were online and you wanted to read the New York Times online, it was free. You could read anything in the New York Times for like a week, no charge. Washington Post, USA Today, like all the media was no. There was no windows to go through. You could just get instant access. It was that important. Yeah, I was in the third grade class, as Nicholas. I had to sit in class during recess for disrupting the class. Mrs. Reed Miller got a call and immediately turned on the TV. I couldn't look away. I couldn't stop crying. I worked Pentagon renovation projects for years, says DQ. I bet they were psyched for sore eyes. We were pretty happy. Good morning, James. Larry saying, I was 20 years old and watching from the Jersey side of the Hudson on all that. Jake, DQ'd. What I heard was that the reinforced concrete walls that had just been built also prevented the plane from going through the courtyard to the other side too. Yeah. I was worried about being drafted for war, said SM. Mr. Seneca, near or ATM for as out as you can go. Go near or at the money for as far as you can go on a Goldman Sachs contract. Say April or June 22 calls for around 30-35. So those are the calls you should look at for Goldman Sachs. We wouldn't have needed a draft. There were plenty of volunteers. True. Oh no, don't bust out the cheese whiz. Oh yes. Has anyone been on Flight 93 Memorial in Shankstown, PA? That's a sobering experience to be sure. DQ, at the moment, watching it happen and having F-15s flying overhead all night, I was thinking anything was possible. Bill, Wall Street Journal, more than 6 months after the SPAC craze crested, a broad sell-off has wiped out $75 billion off the value of companies that came public through special purpose acquisition companies. Well, we're going to get billions back with ours. Yeah, Jake, yeah, the fact that the upper floors didn't collapse for 30 minutes made a huge difference. No doubt. I highly recommend the 9/11 Museum in New York City, says Larry. I went about a month or two ago. The 9/11 Memorial in D.C. is closed due to everyone's favorite, you know what, virus. Biden, the military was ready to shoot down any commercial jet that didn't land. Good thing the grounding of flights was taken seriously and nothing like that happened. Yeah, when you're told to land an airplane as a pilot, you land the airplane. The bosses are on the ground. You might be in charge of your plane, but the bosses are on the ground. Fenneville.
People who landed in Gander, like they had flown in from Paris.
Yeah.
They had to fly back to Paris. They had to go back to where they started from, and then they could come.
Oh no.
No, some of them did.
As far as I know it, the flights that were 2 hours into the flight, 3 hours in, they turned around, of course, on the day.
Yeah.
The rest kept coming. They were diverted to various airports, including Gander. Once they landed in Gander, they were lined up on taxiways and runways and anywhere they could find a parking spot. And they had to wait to be able to be extracted. Canadian Customs had one guy in the area that could handle customs. Canada had to get custom guys in from St. John's, Newfoundland. They had the capital of Newfoundland. They had to get them up there by car as quick as possible to help process 25,000 people, whatever the number was. Insane. Everybody needed to be cleared for customs. And every suitcase had to be cleared for customs. We had sniffer dogs and they brought in all kinds of people, cops and RCMP and oh my God. The military came in. And then all these folks had to be looked after, fed, for medical purposes, communication with relatives, certain clothing, housing. There were no hotels to handle 30,000 people in Gander. Are you kidding me? So the whole town and community just opened up, and people's houses had.
You have to watch it come from away.
Yeah, that's right. But when it was all over, these planes were rerouted to their final destinations from there. That's really because they didn't have enough fuel to go back to Europe. They had enough fuel to land in their destinations.
Well, no, they were refueled in Gander. That's why most people stop in Gander in the first place is to refuel.
Well,
but
not now.
Yeah,
but.
I know there was the one couple that was American that flew in from Paris, and they had to go back to Paris. They sent the plane back to where it came from, and then they had to get on another plane to fly back to America. They were a little ticked.
I've never heard that.
After watch it come from away.
Very good.
My computer is doing changes.
Oh no.
It's so frustrating.
Oh, here we go. Credit Coach. You can look at writing put on GameStop, $190, $917 for $12 premium. Short time, but same premium. There you go. I read an article that SoFi will get to 20 by the end of the year. Should be boosting next earnings. Every time I think about it, it makes me want to cry. Yeah. The aluminum wings laid waste to all that concrete steel. Who could forget the legendary strong aluminum? Let's roll. There's a video on YouTube that's like 2 hours long from a reporter following the FD and PD in and out of the buildings before and after the collapse. Crazy to see. There's a video I've watched a few times that was beautifully put together on YouTube. What it is the screen is divided into 6 boxes, and the first box lights up, and I think it's CNN, and it's CNN about 3 minutes or 2 minutes before the first breaking announcement. And then as the seconds go by, the second box shows up and it's Fox News. The third box is BBC television. The third box is NBC, the Today Show. The 5 different networks pop up all simultaneously. And you hear one channel at a time audio wise, and the others are muted, quite muted. And then they zoom in. And as each station realizes what's happening, they zoom in on that station. And you can hear that one, and you can hear that one. And it's just fascinating to see how the media in the US and the UK reacted to this breaking story. And the first one to break was CNN with a camera on the first tower after the plane had hit with the black smoke coming out. It's unbelievable.
And they were so fast at getting individuals' videos off their camera, off their phones and stuff. It was so quick getting them up onto the public broadcasting.
Yeah.
It did not take much time. Yeah, it was spellbinding.
It was unbelievable. We have our conspiracy theorists here now, kicking in now. Here we go. Larry says, I'm going to hunt for this magical Canadian cheese whiz. Nearest Canadian city to me is Ottawa. It's only a 9-hour drive. I don't think so, my friend. You need just a town on the border. Yeah. Cheese Whiz in Canada is available in every 7-Eleven in Canada. I mean, just get across the border within 100 meters, you'll hit somebody with this Cheese Whiz.
Hit a 7-Eleven.
Mark Blue Sky says you can buy Canadian Cheese Whiz on Amazon. You don't have to leave your house. Oh. Says it's $20 a jar on Amazon. There you go.
$20 a jar.
See? Okay. GameStop is turning green. It is. It's at $2.13, up 3 cents. SoFi up 8. Robinhood up 54. Support.com up only 83 cents, though. It's down to $24.93. ATIP up 4 cents. AMC is up to $44, up 31 cents. Matterport up a nickel. 23andMe up 8 cents. SmartRent up a nickel. Everything is higher, higher, higher. The Dow up 144. S&P up 16. NASDAQ up 49. I'm having a bagel. Market's going up. Coincidence?
Correlation, not causation.
Or conspiracy?
Correlation, not causation. Chasing the shadow.
Bobster, I was homeschooling for some college course. I had the TV on with no volume. I thought it was a movie. I saw the second plane hit and turned the volume up. Wow. That's what we thought too. It was unworldly. Unworldly. We have conspiracy theorists here. Oh my goodness.
Can you really be a family if you don't have a conspiracy?
True.
Everything.
Hey, Bruce, how was Canada's reaction to America's uber patriotism post 9/11? For a few weeks and months, it was kind of positivity. We're all in this together. Then it got kind of dark for a while. Well,
it was crazy. Like that day, there were American flags flying on 95% of the houses. They all have flags, or some people came to school with gas masks.
Yeah.
And they were always like, well, I'd like to see you take on my plane. I'll go after it and it was crazy.
Mhm. I remember for a few days and weeks, Canada was pretty somber. We were really feeling it. As there are different kinds of America for us as Canadians. There's different kinds of America. There's the America of California. There's the America of Hawaii. There's the America of New York City, Florida, the Grand Canyon America. I mean, there's just all kinds of Americas for Canadians. And Canadians have a real love affair with New York City. Many Canadians do. I mean, not all, but many Canadians have a very strong love affair with New York.
Oh, we love Vegas.
We love Vegas too. We love New York because of the Broadway. We love New York because of the Statue of Liberty. We love New York because of sports, media center, culture. I mean, New York is so embedded into so many Canadian psyche. Bagel? I mean, where do you think that's coming from? We really love it. And when New York was hurting, we were hurting. We were shedding tears with New Yorkers. It was pretty bad, and it was pretty sad. But in Canada, there was unfortunately, but this is life. You had George Bush in the White House, and you had Jean Chrétien in Ottawa, our prime minister. And Bush is as right-wing as it was at that time, conservative, Republican guy with a super right-wing agenda with a whole bunch of right-wing assistants. Chrétien is a liberal, a left, over to the social side, all the way over. There was no synchronicity between Bush and Chrétien, none. And yet there was a respect, and there was, Canada, U.S., we love you, and we have an undefended border, and yeah, Americans are welcome here, and we were welcome down south. But at that moment in time, we had a liberal prime minister and a Republican president. It's the way it was. And when Bush wanted to invade Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, all that stuff, the Canadians are going, we don't think so. We don't believe that is where the flyers of these jets came from. You don't have Iraqi problems with respect to the Wall Street, the towers going down. You got an Afghanistan problem. You've got a Saudi Arabian guy named Osama bin Laden problem. That's who you got. That guy's hiding out in Afghanistan. That's where you got to go. But he wanted to go to Iraq, and he wanted to put a coalition together like his dad did, George Sr., which Canada was part of. The first time the Gulf War broke out, Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. Canada said no way, like the Americans, the Brits, the French, everyone said no way. We all got together, kicked them the hell out of there, put out the oil field fires, and tried to restore order. But this time around, many countries are looking at George Bush going, hey, buddy, it's not Iraq that's your problem. It's not Saddam Hussein, because you have a no-fly zone over Iraq. You're already controlling everything around Iraq. You've got him contained. This guy, Osama bin Laden, is not in Baghdad. He is in Afghanistan. And the Americans were not happy. The administration was upset at Canada and other countries for not joining in the Iraqi move. And that chilled things diplomatically for a while. It didn't make any difference for us to go across the border and for Americans to come up here. It didn't make any difference. But politically, you had these two opposites, and just the way it went. And so after George, George got reelected because he was only in the office barely a year when this happened. He was president for 9 months, and then he got reelected on his go around and was around for 8 full years. Chrétien also was around for about 8 years.
The video of Bush when he's at that school and his aide comes up and whispers in his ear. That was some really good composure.
Yeah. I mean, he conducted himself very well as a president, as a leader. He did a great job in that sense. But the administration and the targets that they selected, and this, this whole political thing that blew up afterward. It was just nuts. But it is what it is. It was what it was. It happened. It happened. We survived it. We've all survived it, but our worlds have never been the same. And for Canadians, after 9/11, we could not enter the United States anymore without a passport. Up until then, we could cross the border with a driver's license. You just declare yourself Canadian, show a driver's license to prove your residency, you're good to go. Now, nope. Passport just across the border to buy a loaf of bread or buy a tank of cheap American gas. You need a goddamn passport. What a pain in the ass. And Americans up here, same thing. And it'll never stop. It'll never go away. It'll never go back. That's the thing that upsets us the most. As elders, it'll never go back to the way it used to be, because now we don't trust each other anymore. No one trusts anyone anymore. And there it is. And that's the world being changed forever. Thanks, Osama bin Laden, for screwing it up. And there you have it. Anyway, there it is. What can I say? I was at the Plymouth, Massachusetts planning office at 9 a.m. They helped me and then closed. One of the women working there was in pieces. She had a relative on flight 11. Oh, my gosh. Terrible, terrible times. Uncle Bruce, you talk a lot about how much your awareness of U.S. events factored into your trading, but rarely do you talk about Canadian events and policy. Does the Canadian economy not have a big effect? The Canadian economy is 1/10 the size of the American economy. So, we had to be aware of what was happening in the world economy. Any stockbroker in Germany, France, the UK, Italy, Switzerland, we all had to know what was happening in the United States. Japan-based people, China-based people, Australia-based people. We all have to watch what's happening in the United States. Always. It's the leader. The United States is the leading economy of the world. It's as simple as that. We do watch China now because it's an up-and-comer, but America dominates the show. And Americans are the leaders when it comes to economics and it comes to entrepreneurialism. And many of us in Canada wish we were more American in that way, but there are some phenomenal entrepreneurs in Canada. Phenomenal. And they do very well here. They do very well in the States. They do very well in Europe. And then, of course, there are European entrepreneurs in North America and so on. I mean, it's back and forth, back and forth. But we have to watch what's happening down south. That's what we've got to do. Anyway. Yeah. Clay, you're right. You're not insulting us. We know. Neighbors to the north, Canadian politics and events really don't affect the world stage that much. I agree. We don't have nukes up here. We don't have special forces. We don't have aircraft carriers. We're peacekeepers. Yeah. We're brought in to kind of keep warring sides apart from each other. We're the good guys. We're the guys with the white hats, that just... we're UN guys. That's Canada. But yeah, that's the way it is here. We understand it. We're only 35 million people. We can't be the world's leading military. That's never going to happen. We only have 35 million people up here, of course. Anyway, I was working New York Fashion Week. It was a surreal day for sure. Lost a lot of good people that day. I hear you there. Yeah, well, with the internet and direct trading, there's absolutely no need for brokers. I'll take my free trading over having a broker, and God bless you for it. If it works for you, great. It's a really unique world in which we live. I got to admit, I have to say, but from 78 to now, or 79 to now, the changes have blown us all away. It is really something. Raise tariffs on Canadian products into the U.S. and find out how much influence we have. There you go. Someone has to actually execute the trade. No way the exchange is open to that, just to anyone. GameStop. Right now, GameStop is 211.30 right now. Got the 213 earlier. I'm avoiding the conspiracy theory comments as best I can. I just don't want to go there here. What can I say? GameStop, Uncle or GM. Good morning, Uncle Bruce from Purple Haze. I just learned that according to the SEC, GameStop's failure to delivers on August the 5th were 1.3 million shares, lowest price day in months. Does this sound abnormal? I can't react to it. I have no idea what this means. I don't know the previous numbers. I don't know what's normal. I don't really get it. I'm not going to guess for you. So, what can I say? Yeah, I remember local gas stations were price gouging right away, $10 a gallon. They had a feeling something was happening with the Middle East. Same thing with the when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and then the Americans rallied up the world to go against Saddam. Price of gas went to $4.50 a gallon in like a day. All gougers, all gouging everywhere. It was unbelievable. No need for it. Didn't last long. It came back now. We went by the Twin Towers area while in Manhattan on a vacation in 2008. The area still had a funky smell 7 years after. Oh, man. Yeah, what can I say? Can someone tell Matterport's supposed to be at 17? Hey, that's just the smell of Manhattan, someone's saying. Freethinker saying. Posted link, not sure if it came through in the chat. Sources, Fintel. Focus that bagel on GameStop. And love Jen. Let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm not speaking very much. I'm just reading comments here. I'm trying to get away from the conspiracy crap. I just want to go there. I'm trying to get, I understand your emotions on it. We all have it. Those of us who are older really have the emotions of what happened there. But the rest of it, I'm just going to leave it out. Anyway. Uncle Bruce, thank you for the IBM tip a month ago. At least some of us are awake, says just another patriot. Anyway. Thank you, Jen, says anti-PC. Uncle Bruce, how much for a class history on history and economics? SoFi's on the move again, says Delodode. SoFi right now is 1468 up 11, 1470 up 12. GameStop 211 down 179. ATIP up a nickel. AMC up 30. Matterport up 4 cents. ME up 9. SmartRent up 2. Oh man, funny comments coming through here. All right. I've actually caught up all your comments. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've caught them up. 153-point gain on the Dow. We've got a 15-point gain on S&P. We have a 41-point gain on NASDAQ. The Dow is the leader with a 0.43% gain. S&P is up 0.35%. NASDAQ up 0.27%. Oil at $70.40, up $1.81 a barrel. Ridiculous. That is the latest there. Okay, so we're watching these markets here. We have IBM up 26 cents to 139.56. The Dow up 156. Microsoft down 45. Apple up a buck 27. Tesla up 4.50 a share. Royal Caribbean up 69 cents to 82.93. It's come back. Goldman Sachs at the moment up 3.56 a share. So that's where we're at here right now. What can I say? Too many silly comments here. It's all good, kids. It's all good. 1471 on SoFi. High of the day, 1475. It's at 1471 right now. U.S. factory orders climbed in July. And Liz Cheney, Republican, to serve as a vice chair of the January the 6th Select Committee on the riots in Washington. Oh my goodness. What a crazy time. What can I say? There you go. Lots of politics here today, which we don't need. But what can I say? Thank you all for being here with me today. And we did go down the memory lane a little bit. Man, there were so many events that happened back in the day. But still many events happening today. I mean, it's just we can just get information to us a lot quicker, and we can get video a lot quicker now. That's the incredible thing about today. Uncle Bruce, which is a better SNL skit? Dan Aykroyd's Bag o' Glass or Alec Baldwin's Sweaty Balls? Which is the best one? Or my You Know What in a Box? How about that one? Or how about the Alex Trebek Jeopardy episodes with Sean Connery and Tom Hanks? Man,
I love the Irish dating game.
The Irish dating game.
It's very close to home.
That was Jennifer loves the Irish dating game. I love the one about meet your future wife, meet your second wife. And these poor guys are standing there, and this 13-year-old girl comes out, and they're all going, "This is my next wife." Yeah, this is going to be your next wife. Your future wife. And the real wives are sitting in the audience going, "Say what?" Such a good Leslie Jones. You're dead. Anti-sinking sweaty balls.
I love Betty White when she was on that same.
Oh gosh, Betty White was great.
Program with her muffins.
Oh yes, she did. She did the NPR radio skit too. That's right. Oh my God.
Oh honey, there hasn't been a cherry in my muffins for a long time.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Thanks for the donation, AB. At least it's a donation, AB. Thank you. Oh gosh. I was just taking a stroll through the GameStop option chain for January 2023. Insane premium, says W. Walters. Insane. Yep, it's insanity. It's insanity. What can I say? Oh man. GameStop 211.20 down to $1.77. Support.com is now $24.90, only up 80 cents, near the low of the day here. Very close to that. SoFi 14.74, up 17 cents here. We're just at the high of the day here at 76. So we're doing all right again, going for 15 on SoFi. We're trying to get to 15 now. Can it happen? ATIP up 4.5 cents, AMC up 12 cents, AMC Matterport up 3 to 16.04, 23andMe up 14 cents to 8.88. Let's break $9. $9. Smart Rent 12.25, Rocket Lab 10.14. Hanging in there. IBM up 12 cents. Oh my. What else is going on here? I'm too young to get some of these references. Don't forget SNL Colonel Angus. My wife loves Colonel Angus. I don't know how that got through the filter. Yeah. Trying to catch you out, Bruce. Well played. You're switched on today. Island Girl, just getting out of bed and joining the Bagel family. Let's make some money today. I agree. My. On 9/11, I was in Quebec on my church mission, and my companion and I were told to stay inside until we figured out what was going on. No idea what was happening at the time. 14.75 on SoFi. I like watching Norm Macdonald weekend updates. It's like he liked to piss off half the viewers and bust the guts out of the other half. I love Molly Shannon's Bookham Dano in I'm 5'0". I'm Vivi years old. Vivi. And I can kick. I love that. Uncle Bruce, I am 30 shares away from 100 on BAC. Should I buy this or bring ATIP up another 100 writing options so I need your classes? You got to make up your own mind, my friend. I don't know. I'm sure Hope RC does the conference call. Chippendale edition, SNL, like that skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you take Stellar Lumas as a tip? I don't know what this means. Matterport Technology selected by Super Yacht Creative to promote luxury super yachts. Right on, Matterport. More business is coming their way. We're only up 60 cents on support.com, and we're up to 1607 on Matterport, now up 6 cents. ATIP is on the move. It's up 6 cents. Woohoo! Oh, man. I keep reading articles and comments. SoFi is going to get bought out, and Noto isn't selling for a 2 to 3 bagger. The dude is an Army Ranger who graduated top of his class. He wants 50 times. There you go. Michael says, that's how I'll be buying my next yacht. Wow. Well, that's possible, Aaron. It'll be Furlong that does the call, not Cohen. Furlong, a CEO, probably right. Yeah, probably right. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for being subscribers to this channel. I thank you all so much. Those of you making PayPal donations, you are awesome. You are absolutely awesome people. Thank you so much. Check out the website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, and check out the classes. You can catch some lessons 1 through 10 anytime you want. Learn how to play the options market. Look at writing calls, buying calls, puts, spreads, all that stuff. There's all kinds of classes in there to help you get familiarized with how the options market works. And thank you, all of you who are sending me, Jennifer and I, kind messages on email. We do appreciate you for that too. Thank you guys so much. I'll be on again this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the last hour of trading today. Hopefully, we'll be talking about much higher price stocks. SoFi at $14.77. It's up 20 cents, the high of the day here. Hopefully, it'll just keep right on going. That would be kind of nice. Al Franken playing Lyndon LaRoche, a king conspiracy theorist, had me in stitches, classic SNL stuff. Loved these. Loved having Steve Martin as host and John Goodman as host, and oh man, great years, great time. Eddie Murphy, a gentrification skit, and Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Knock, knock, knock. Here's how we answer our door in our neighborhood. Who is it? What do you want? This is how we answer our door in our neighborhood, children. Have a great day, said John. Larry, thumbs up, buddy. Oh man. Fun times, never a dull moment. 1610 up 9 cents on Matterport. Keep it coming. 23andMe up 19 cents. 893, 895 on 23andMe. We're going for $9. We're going for $9. 228,000 traded on ME. Can it do it? Come on, baby. 9 and then 10. Let's get her going. Matterport 1608. AMC up 16. ATIP up 6. GameStop 211.90, SoFi up 19 to 14.76, up 19 cents. Go SoFi, go! I love Noto. Bobster here. Buy some bagels on me. Thank you, Bobster. You're awesome, buddy. Appreciate that for the donation to the channel. That's awful kind of you, sir. We'll find them on the road. Don't you worry about me on the road. Don't worry about me on the road. You guys have to understand something. Come on in here for a second. Let's come a little closer. Just so you get this point, I want to make sure you understand what I'm talking about here. I know you have great concern about being able to find bagels. I just want you to understand something, okay? Right now, where I am here in Creston with Jennifer, we are 5.5 hours away from our Costco store in Calgary, okay? Once we move to Calgary, we're 15 minutes away from, I think, 4 different Costcos that we can go to, okay? Once we move to Palm Desert, there are 2 down there, La Quinta and Rancho Mirage, and then there are 20 in the LA area. There will be no bagel problems in California. No bagel problems in Phoenix. I doubt there'll be any bagel problems in Florida. I suspect there are a few places in Florida where one can get a good bagel. And of course, once one travels to New York, it's all good. It's all good. So don't worry too much about me and my bagel shortage. Although these donations come in handy for acquiring the bagels. Yes, thank you very much. But don't worry about Bruce and his bagel problems getting bagels. It's going to be okay. We're going to be out of Creston, and we're not going to have those kinds of issues anymore. So thank you, everybody, for all of that. How many thumbs ups we got? 388 thumbs ups. Can you get me to 400 thumbs up before we get off the show? That would be so cool if you guys could hit that thumbs up button right now. Just smash that sucker and get us over 400 thumbs ups before we finish this show. Thank you all so much for your support. There's 389 right there. One just came in. Hit that thumbs up button. Get us over there. 393. We need 7 more. Here they come. Here come the thumbs ups right now. Get me to 400. 397. Oh, we're so close. So close. 3 away. 400. There it is, baby. 400 thumbs ups, just like that. 403. They keep coming. Guys, thank you so much helping us out. Chris Farley, a van down by the river. That's another good one. Let's see. Not like to be exercised unless there's external factors in play, like an earnings release or special dividend issued. The Quinta next to Denny's laughing out loud. Let's see here. Keep going, ME. Mama wants to start the wheel. ME 894 up 20 cents. Matterport up 8 to 16.10. AMC up 13 cents. ATIP up a nickel. GameStop still down $1.76. SoFi up 20 to 14.76. So there you go. And ring the bell so you can part of the notification squad. There it is. Let's go. Uncle Bruce, are you going to have a travel mug with your Bagels with Bruce logo available on Redbubble and with you on your nomadic travels? We're not sure. I think I'm traveling with a couple of mugs, probably. We're not 100% sure about everything. I'll have clothing, but I'll probably be acquiring product to be shipped to me in the States by Redbubble from time to time, especially hats. So we're working on that. We will never be without. Rock and roll, kids. What can I say? Thank you so much for your support today and being here. $8.96 on 23andMe. We are going for a $9 hit here. $16.09 on Matterport. And ATIP up 6 cents. SoFi $14.74, just short of $15. Can it get 15 today? Wouldn't that be great? Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Ori, so much. Guys, I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last hour today. Let's finish it off on a higher note and then get into Friday on a real good run here. Let's see what we can do. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Keep an eye on the markets for me, and we'll join you later today for more fun till Daddy takes the T-bird away. Let's see what's going on. Now, Bruce, location calendar, postcards. Have a good break, Uncle B. Bye-bye, Bruce. Thank you as always. Thank you, guys. Love it. We'll answer more questions today at 3 o'clock, and we'll see you soon, okay? Thanks, John. Thanks, Larry. We'll see you later. Bye for now.